Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Hey, happy Tuesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout. Apologies for two intros for those watching on YouTube.
You should say you're welcome for two intros.
You're welcome for two
That's
intros.
better.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, live on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We're live on YouTube, and for those listening, wherever you get your podcast. Today on the show, it is Matt Iwanyk, it is Tom Gazzola, it is Jasmine Sadu. As I mentioned, it is presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life's transitions. Right now, Stowing Savings is on 4 weeks free plus free cancellation for a convenient location. Or more information, check them out. Sentinel.ca. How are we doing this morning?
Hey, what's up?
I feel really awake this morning.
Do ya?
Yeah. I feel good. How about you guys?
Lovely, thank you.
Feel like it's been a minute.
Like a few days?
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
been
you were here on
last week. Back to
What was
back
last
Monday,
Tuesday.
It's
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been like
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
Mhm.
Wow. No wonder things have felt so quiet around here.
Oh, please. So I walked in like Kramer.
We enjoy that.
You do not walk in like Kramer. You walk in so quietly. You open up that door and just, hi, Tom. You know, and then put your jacket
Yeah.
up. You're the opposite of Kramer coming into our building in the morning.
You know what? Because some people are not morning people. I sure am not. And you do.
I hate it.
You do
I'm
the
not a morning
lamp thing
person.
like I do. Like the slow. I think we talked about this. Like you gradually turn on the lights.
I do not like my office lights, especially. I hate them. I hate how bright they are. I want to turn them on as little as possible. So I was glad I got that little lamp because it's like a perfect amount of light for me.
Yeah.
I don't think my lights will ever go on again unless I really need to see something.
Yeah. I just.
What
feel
are
like
you,
you'd had it.
vampire?
They're just too bright. And honestly, like I think I've mentioned on the Hangout before, like we have those fluorescent lights and there's 2 per thing. At the old place in JMO's and I's office, we used to have them, but for whatever reason, I think one of them had no light turned on and one of them only had 1 tube working. Has a perfect amount of light. And then one day Ray, our maintenance guy, replaced them. And Dave and I were like, wow, this is bright. And we told Ray, like, take these out. Like, they're just too bright.
Ray was
And I
good
tried
dude.
doing it here, taking out some of the bulbs, and it doesn't work. So, like, I'm stuck. Like, I wanted 1 bulb per thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work with how this is. I was up on a ladder one night.
Like it
Well, no,
needs.
not here.
Surprised.
It needs.
You need to have, so I think there's 4 inputs in there.
Yeah.
You need to have 2 going at like the far outside. If I took one of those out right now, the other one won't work. You need
Okay.
2 to get them to work in or something.
That circuit.
And I was like, this is just too bright for me.
Mhm.
I hate these lights. Hate them.
Tell me
That's
about
okay.
it.
It's okay to vent.
Jasmine knows.
Lighting is everything. Okay.
Totes.
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 I like my natural light. I got 2 windows in my office.
Yeah.
I like
2?
There's 2 windows in my office. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you got to consider those things,
Lucky.
like when you move in somewhere or buy a house, like where the light's gonna be. I prefer it in the living room.
You would love my place, south facing,
Yeah.
like direct south, and then I get it all morning into the early afternoon,
Yeah.
and it's just like boom. It's great. I love it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like light.
Yeah.
Him
natural.
at night, you would get a lot, right?
I get in the summer, I'll get sun hitting me
Mhm.
because I'm northwest, all windows. Or virtually, I have no walls. They're just windows.
Yeah, you're right.
And
You got the corner unit.
I get it from probably the sun hits my unit at about 2:30 until it goes down in the summer.
Yeah.
So I get like my place heats up. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's okay as long as you get sunshine.
I get sunshine,
Yeah.
but I get
Yeah.
like My light, I haven't replaced a light bulb in my place. I've had it for like 8 years.
Very good.
First thing I did when I moved in a year and a half ago was I went and switched to like the daytime LED.
Oh, yeah?
Because like I don't like the orange old school bulbs. I don't like them at all. So that's the first thing I did. I went, bought a whole bunch of bulbs and I switched like everyone. And it's a comfortable light, I find.
You like the warm light, you mean? As opposed to like the white light?
I like the white light.
Yeah,
I
you
like the
white.
daytime soft, I think it's called. Yeah.
And
It's more natural.
Yeah, that natural light is just wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the way to do things. So it's like, sorry, Abutsky, JMO and I's office.
He's right, though.
No, I said JMO and I's office. It's not, wait.
It's JMO's.
Mine and JMO's office? What do you want me to say, Abutsky? Another email from you, aren't I? I missed that. That was a great office. I don't know. I had the opportunity to go take like the boss's office. I was offered the boss's office, and I said no because I didn't want to leave my windows.
Yeah, windows.
I was like,
huge.
no, absolutely not. This is too good to me.
Yeah.
I'd like these windows. That room was in like the middle of the office space.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want the hallway. I don't want any of that. I want my windows. I'm good.
At nighttime, do you guys also do the whole like now your time to unwind? So, for example, like by 7:30 or something, it's like you start switching off lights.
Absolutely not.
No.
I have very little lights that get turned on for the most part.
Yeah. I'm a big lamp person. I like that. I like a nice lamp. And then, yeah, this light goes off and then this one will go off and then slowly unwind to my bedtime.
Do you have one of those wake up alarms? That
You
like
know,
light?
no, I used to. Now I wake up to EST, to Dusty and LT.
Nice.
Yelling away. And I'm like, ah.
I have one of those alarms. I never use it.
What? Those guys are?
No, the light one.
Oh.
I've had it for years. It is nice when like you really do need to set it up.
Mm-hmm.
It just slowly, naturally brings the light until your body recognizes there's light.
Yeah. And you're not all like startled or like exhausted.
When I wake up, I'm like a squirrel. Let's go. Okay. Oh, and I'm annoyed that I'm awake, but then I have to like go. So I am a morning person, unfortunately, much to my chagrin. And I'll be like, good morning, Matthew. He'd be like, "Eh."
Do you have that alarm?
No,
or?
I don't. I have 3 and I always hit snooze like once or twice.
Oh, you do? You're a snoozer.
Yeah.
Are you
Who doesn't
snoozing?
snooze?
I don't snooze.
Wonderful.
I do.
Unless I wake up before the alarm. Like if my alarm's going off, I'm hitting snooze.
You're hitting snooze?
Of course.
Oh, it's so hard.
I do it
It's
off
even
my phone. It's
harder.
like 5 minutes.
Oh.
I woke up at
It's like-
6:40 on my own today. And then I was like, oh, go back to sleep, you idiot. And 7:05 was the first alarm. So that's how I do it.
Yeah, you got to utilize every single minute.
Yeah.
If you even have like that 15 minutes or something, go for it.
Yeah. And then I hop on my phone, say good morning to everyone that's watching and listening to the morning show.
Yeah.
Found out that Trev's middle name is Jabartholomew.
That was funny, nasties.
That was good. I say
You
good morning. They're like,
guys.
shut up, Tom. It's time to figure out Trev's middle name. I'm like, okay, Jabartholomew.
Then I got like a little AI message. I'm not sure if you nasties saw it about like Trevor's middle name going on in the chat. It was like the main topic.
Yes, I did see that.
I always know when I wake up, I've missed some things from the morning show because I am a late riser and
Yeah.
there's things that happen that I just always know like I'm missing out
Yeah.
because I am not a 6 o'clocker.
No.
No chance.
Sleep. You sleep.
Yep.
You need your sleep.
I want my sleep.
Hey, 6
Apologies.
o'clocker, check in, get conched.
I'm a 6 o'clocker OG, so whatever.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You gatekeeping the 6 o'clockers
No,
right now?
Yeah, what
don't
is
don't
this?
talk about gatekeeping with me, boys. Okay.
What do you mean? You just said I'm an OG 6 o'clocker.
Well,
As if like anyone that's not an OG 6 o'clocker is like a little beneath you.
No, it's just the 6 o'clockers get it from the old station.
Yeah.
You know, that's
The way
why
your
we were the
tone there.
OGs.
Your tone there, just like, ooh.
It was a bit
OGs.
sassy.
What do you mean us being gatekeepers? When are we gatekeepers?
You're always gatekeeping.
For what?
We on fans. Where's Yuki when we need you, man?
He was here yesterday.
Which Yuki are you
Oh, that's
talking
the
about?
other
Or
Yuki.
Big Uke.
Big Yuki.
Oh, yeah, Yukon was
He's in the
here.
nasty chat. We don't need to hear from Big U.
He's so funny.
Yes.
You
Oh,
went
nothing.
You guys
usually
just awkwardly stared at each
She
other.
goes usually there's
thought
something
that is-
coming after that.
I thought you were gonna say something. I was gonna pull up my notes. I was gonna pull up my notes.
Okay.
Oh, so there was nothing that you were getting to.
No, there
Okay.
wasn't.
Rip City does say, asking me, is Tommy actually taller than Spec? I don't know.
Who said that?
Rip City asked
Yeah.
me.
Why do you question that? I don't understand. Like, because Speck made a comment in his article about being the same size as Ty Emberson. I'm like, I'm bigger than Speck, and Ty Emberson's like 2-3 inches taller than me. He's 6'2".
Oh.
Oh, Speck's not as big as Ty Emberson.
No.
I sat near Speck yesterday, but I never stood. I don't know last time. It's been a while since I stood next to him. I feel like I'm pretty close. Like,
no, you're taller.
Yeah, I feel like that way.
Yeah.
If anything, like he's 5'10".
Yeah, because
maybe at his best or something.
Yeah. I find when he's wearing his hiking boots, I'm just like, did you get taller, Speck?
Okay, next time I'm not pay attention when I'm at the game.
Anyway,
I'm gonna specifically
why is Steph bringing that up? That's weird.
I don't know. Steph always brings up weird things.
That's
I feel like
That's
sometimes
awkward. Okay.
He's always trying to look for anything to talk about. Jared, I'm anti-snooze button. The extra 5 minutes sleep will never make you feel better waking up. They make me feel better mentally.
Yeah,
they do. I'll say that. For me, it's just like I got that extra 5 minutes.
That is true. There's some satisfaction there.
About the snoozing?
You weren't listening?
No, I just got something I wanted. I just saw a tweet.
Okay. I'm glad you were reading a tweet and not being able to double multitask there.
Sorry. All this energy, I don't know where to put it today.
Okay. What did you want to comment on?
Okay, so my cousin Preet from Gallo LLP just messaged me with this tweet from Darren Dreger. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just leave it.
We're going to continue. There's a tweet from Darren Dreger, TSN.
Let's talk about how tall media people are.
You got.
Well, I wanted to get into that, but this seems a little bit more interesting. Okay. John Klingberg is closing in on resuming his NHL career. Toronto, Ottawa, and Edmonton among the teams with expressed interest. A decision expected in next 2 weeks. Klingberg had hip reversing surgery in 2023 and has worked hard to get to this point. 5 to 7 teams in the mix.
It didn't pull you, or if you have hip resurfacing surgery. What was his surgery?
Like
something like that.
Gagne had that.
Yeah.
I think Pat Kane had it too. There's been a bunch of it. A lot of goalies, a lot of young goalies are going through this this hip shaving thing. Yeah, it's happening more. But he's a little bit older. I think he's in his early to mid 30s. John Klingberg.
If it's league minimum, defensive depth is never a bad thing.
Yeah, for a guy
I'll say
like
that,
because I mean, right now, I mean Ty Emberson. We talked about him yesterday. The boys on the morning show were talking about his progression, which is good. He's going to be, he's only played 71 NHL games, but he's showing good signs and tracking well, which is fantastic. And it's kind of slowly coming into form here for Emberson. But your other two right shot guys right now are Troy Stetcher and Josh Brown. Does a now healthy, however, hasn't played in a while, John Klingberg improve your defense? Maybe slightly. Like if they were to land him, this is hypothetical, obviously. I mean, John Klingberg's ceiling is higher than Stetcher and Josh Brown, certainly. But what is John Klingberg right now if he's healthy?
Yeah, wouldn't vision him as a top 4 for the Edmonton Oilers. But if you can get him as league minimum depth defenseman type thing, as he tries to resume his career and maybe go for a Stanley Cup this year, I'd have time for that personally for the Edmonton Oilers. I have no problem adding more defensemen, having just more defensemen ready to go. Yeah. You just never know what happens in the playoffs and when injuries are going to be needed. And
good point.
There's a veteran there, but if he's asking for like $1.5, $2 million, and he's like, I want to be in the top 4, I'd be like, no, I don't think it'd be a loss for the Edmonton Oilers if they passed.
And you can still go out and get your big gun team man that you need.
Yes.
It would be like an added piece. I'm not surprised to hear that. Well, Dregs is putting that they're in on him. It's different now with Ken Holland. He would call everybody. I don't know if that's really Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman's method.
I love that. The others have inquired about this. The others have inquired about that. And credit to Ken Holland.
I don't know how many times I had to go on there and be like, he literally calls about everyone to see what anyone is doing around the league to have an idea. That was kind of his game, but I don't know. Jeff Jackson keeps it super tight. Like one of his things that he told the staff is no more leaks. So they've been much better at keeping things internal, as opposed to others who are with the organization in hockey ops, which I appreciated their openness. But when you get something, you got to be careful how you play it now. It's interesting. But That would be okay if they did land him, like Maddie said, at league minimum or something along those lines, just to get him back in the NHL. I don't mind that.
Did you have any thoughts?
No, just that was a jazzy bomb.
That was a good jazzy
It's
bomb.
not a jazzy bomb.
Tried to make it a thing.
You literally, it's from Darren
Make it a
Dreger. And it wasn't even you saw Dreger's tweet. It got sent to you.
Yeah, from Preet.
It just from free, but it just
Yeah.
happened
So you're
literally
the-
a minute ago. So
You're the
therefore,
third line of this. But Jazzy Bomb.
That was a jazzy bomb
That's jazzy
brought
bomb.
to you by Pop Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Yeah, I gotta get a sponsor for this.
Delicious,
eh?
but not nutritious.
I'll get you guys more Pop-Tarts.
Oh, those are great. Those are great.
Make me happy when you guys are eating them. I'm like, okay, good.
I love them.
Good.
Andrew texting in. Is it Paris Jewelers inbox in the mornings, right?
Yeah, I call it the PJ inbox.
It's a PJ
The
inbox.
Paris
Oh,
Jewelers
PJ
inbox.
inbox.
Why-
Okay. Andrew says, I would prefer Klingberg at league minimum as the 6'7" over Brown and Stetcher any day. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree.
Krager says, is Klingberg offensive or defensive? Oilers need a defensive defenseman to shut things down. I think he's more known for his offensive ability. I think he's like a good first pass guy, like really smooth skating, not overly physical. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, like just decent defensively. But like Andrew pointed out, Krager, if he's your 6'7", and then you can still go out there and get a stud at the deadline, then that's much better than Stetcher Brown. That's an upgrade.
I'd want the Oilers to have good 8-9 options for defense. Come playoff
Stetcher
time.
Brown. I'm kidding.
But like that,
I
like
know what you
that's-
mean. Depth. You need
You
tap
want that
into your depth.
because there will be injuries
Yes,
potentially.
unfortunately,
I should say,
but-
well, like if they happen. I remember when the Oilers made the playoffs 16-17.
Griff Dog had to play.
Well, how is Sekera? Always in my mind, it goes, is Sekera or Sekera? Sekera, I believe it was.
Well, Jack Michaels ruined that. It was Sekera for the longest time, and then Jack talked to him, and he goes, "It's now Sekera."
okay.
like,
well,
oh.
Sekera went down, and then Matt Benning had to take his step forward and had to jump in higher than he was
Yes.
expecting. And it was like the 2020 playoffs that ended up being the COVID playoffs. The Oilers went out to get Mike Green, who's I think only going to be like a seventh defenseman anyways.
Yeah.
But it was just depth. And if I want an area that's just going to have that little extra depth, I'd rather it be defense. Because if you have that one series where things go wrong and, you know, two defensemen go down,
Knock on drywall.
again, there's a stud somewhere. That's why I always go a little bit.
Good. Just checking.
There's a stud somewhere.
Hey-o.
That's where then it's okay. At least John Klingberg's a veteran NHLer that could maybe step in and help as opposed to a Josh Brown.
Yes, that's a good point.
633 NHL games. He's 32.
Yeah.
So you're right. A little mid
Yeah.
early 30s.
Yeah. How long would it take him to get up and running? So yeah, next 2 weeks for a time frame that gets him kind of into the swing of things and ready to be in a stretch drive / playoff run, potentially playoff long extended playoff run as well. So I'm open to it. I mean, sure. Depth. And you need it. Last year, the Oilers, who did the Oilers have? Oh, they called up Broberg and he played well. That was good.
But there ain't no Broberg now. And I don't think there's a lot defensively down in the minors that you're ready to pop up. And
who's there?
throw in
Cam
there.
Dineen. Carrick is down there. Connor Carrick is down there. Who did
Like you
they
have
trade?
you have offensive guys if you need the depth right now. Like maybe they're not fully ready, but like a Noah Philp, you've got,
Yeah.
which we'll see if he comes in the lineup anytime soon here. He gets a call up or something. But
Really?
you know, even look yesterday, like, you know, if Jeff Skinner's not a starter come playoffs, he's not getting traded. So you'll have that as an option
Yeah.
for playoff time.
Now, on that, really quickly, I was thinking this after the post-game show. I thought about it a little bit during the show, but I was like, we went on for a while yesterday. It was a really good post-game show, but I didn't want to prolong it even more. So I was thinking about this after, and I thought about it this morning a little bit when the guys on the morning show were talking about Jeff Skinner. I wonder if, taking him out of the lineup and him not really playing the way the coaching staff is pleased with this season made it easy to keep him out yesterday. And then you get the 11-7, and then the intent is more so not so much to punish Jeff Skinner or to keep him out or send a message, but the intent is to get that 3-man rotation at center. So you have more Leon, more Connor. They led the team in ice time last night. I wonder if it was more that than just, oh no, we can't play Jeff Skinner against the Kings. I was
The
just
Oilers
curious.
do well
It
at
was just a thought.
11-7. They did well on it with Jay Woodcroft.
Yeah,
under
because
11
they're
and 7.
rotating like two of the best players in the world.
100%. When you got two of the best players in the world, wouldn't you want to use them as much as you can?
And I think that's why there was intent to do that, as opposed to like, hey, we're not playing you, Jeff. Sorry. And then, like you said with Philp, I think he's going to get some more games here at some point. I haven't asked about that recently with people in the hockey ops department, but it just makes sense because it feels like, Derek Ryan's kind of on that decline. He's 38 years old. And then Philp, you want that right shot, big body, responsible guy at some point. But somebody did ask yesterday on the pregame show if Philp is the fourth line centerman, and the answer, and I said I would prefer the Oilers go out and also get a depth forward that could play center, a Sam Carrick type. Carrick good on faceoffs, obviously physical. It wasn't an everyday guy, but they had him as an option. Just because Philp does not have the experience at the NHL level, and it's a tough ask for him to be your guy in a Stanley Cup run. It could happen, but like I think peace of mind, depth. You talk about Klingberg and depth on defense. I would want to have another forward, just in case. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are your thoughts on the game overall yesterday? Guess we didn't hear from you.
Well, I will say, actually, I've mentioned it to Reed yesterday. I actually feel bad a little for Darcy Kemper. The guy's given
He had a great game.
He's given up 2 goals in his last 2 games, and he has 2 losses. He had 1 goal to the Winnipeg Jets. Had a 9.
Well, no, that was Riddick.
No, that was Calgary.
What? Oh, but that was overtime. No.
Kemper played against Winnipeg on the 10th.
Pardon me.
And
no, that was Riddick.
Not Winnipeg. It was on the game notes yesterday. I remember looking at it, and then I'm looking at Kemper played Winnipeg, gave up 1. He had 18. He gave up 18. Oh, they got it. Never mind.
See, because
he played Winnipeg. He played Winnipeg, but he got the win.
Yeah, the last regulation loss for Kemper was November 11th.
They had it as a loss in the game notes I was looking at yesterday.
I'll talk to you off the air about that.
Well, okay, that's where I got caught. Okay, but he's okay. He doesn't have 2 losses. But only given up 1 goal in his last 2 starts.
Yeah.
The game notes also had the LA Kings going 15 of 100 on the power play this season for 22%.
We'll talk about this off the air. There's a reason
that
why.
was pointed at me. That one.
Do you know where I'm getting at with this?
Yeah, don't trust that.
Yeah.
Don't trust that one. Yeah, because it had Kemper losing to Winnipeg, giving up only 1 goal. And
they beat Winnipeg.
Yeah. So, but he still only gave up the 1 goal.
Correct.
So, okay. He played great.
Yes, he did.
So then my other thoughts of that game, it would be that slow start for the Oilers, but except for Stuart Skinner. And Stuart Skinner, like it could have been 2-0 for the Kings after the first period.
Yeah.
He kept them in it.
Great saves.
And then the Oilers became the better team for I think, the rest of that hockey game largely, and they got the win.
They had 2 shots in the first 10 minutes. Go ahead.
No, it was like, I thought it was pretty even, actually. But the Oilers did prevail. It was a safe game to watch. It was like a different style, I thought, Like, I thought they played, like, they were really smart. And that was... And both the teams were kind of reading each other out. And first of all, I have a quick question.
Yep.
Why? Okay, McDavid in the leg when the penalty happened. I forgot who did it.
Yeah. It was Laferriere.
Yeah. Okay. Can you do that? Can you
no, he got a penalty.
I know, but that.
He got a penalty for that.
It's just like
it's an infraction.
Yeah, I get that, but like you don't see that. You know what I mean? Like somebody actually physically grabbing your leg and tossing you. Like
I think he did that because Laferriere got hit by McDavid right before that, and I think he realized who hit him, and he knows he can't punch him in the head, otherwise he's gonna get absolutely blown up. So he did that,
he just picks
and
his leg
it
up
cost him anyway.
Yeah.
And then Kapanen jumped in.
Yeah, and good for Kapanen. Let's bring some aggressive behavior to this team.
Little spunk.
Yeah, little spunk.
And then the other thing too is, and I think Cass pointed this out or maybe it was Reed on the post-game show last night, that Joel Edmondson came in and like punched Kapanen in the head, and no penalty for Edmondson. And I have a theory, because as I was watching the replay of the skirmish, I could see the ref, as Edmondson was coming in for the punch, the ref's like, you and you, let's go. And he's doing his whole you and you thing. And he's obviously, the theatrics of refs do not appeal to me whatsoever. I think they're the biggest nerds in the world.
I like it.
Don't tell Tim Peel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Your best friend.
That's
My buddy.
yeah.
I'll have a nice
exactly.
chat with him today. I'll tell him all about this.
That's fine. He's off on his own island. But yeah, it was mid you and you. Let's go.
So he already made his decision. You're saying
Exactly. And you couldn't go, you and you now. Let's go. Like,
I said it right as that was happening. It's like, if for the Oilers, you'd want 4-4. That benefits you.
absolutely.
And they ended up scoring.
Exactly.
Like when the fans were booing, I was like, no, take the 4-on-4.
Yeah.
It opens things up for the Oilers.
Did
like,
you hear
this works.
They kind of cheered when they heard he goes, we're going to have 4-on-4. They're like, yeah, okay. But you're right. They were booing.
Yeah, and I was like, no, like stop. Like it's 4-on-4. This is better for the Oilers. They take the advantage here. And that's when they scored the game winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked lively in there. Considering it was
a
like
good crowd.
1-0. Yeah, that's right.
I will say that it was a good crowd.
Yeah.
They showed up for a game in January.
And I didn't see no wave, thank God.
Yeah. Last night was not a wave situation.
Yeah, they were the real fans out there yesterday. I just felt like that energy too. Like there was still somewhat like murmur considering it was low scoring.
Yeah.
But, you know.
The Oilers passed. I know it said that they only had 2 shots in the first 10 minutes, but they passed up so many looks at the net, 2-on-1s. There was like 2 or 3 of them where they didn't even get a shot. So that might have been a little bit frustrating for some fans. But.
Frustrating for LA too. I like this. Like I like the fact that we set this precedent with them. If you want to meet us in the first round, like you're not gonna win.
2 good games against the Kings.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a good battle.
Yeah,
if when they play.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that though. I'm going to call you up for a brief second.
Sure.
Oh.
Because you didn't say that when it came to Oilers Panthers. You went, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for long term. But for this one, it sets up for the playoffs.
It's because we keep beating them in the playoffs. That's why, right? But yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think it matters. I thought it mattered then, and I think this one matters too.
What number do you wear, by the way?
Why?
Because you must have said
I know.
we. You must have said we.
That's the gatekeeping I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think this. I do believe that yesterday it plays into the Kings' mind.
Yeah,
they just will keep going. Like, what do we have to do to beat the Edmonton Oilers?
Exactly.
What do we have to do to beat this team? Like
exactly.
We changed the kind of how we are this year, and we got a better goalie, and we still can't beat this Edmonton Oilers team. That if these two teams meet in the playoffs, I am worried just based on beating a team 4 years in a row. That's the only worry I have. I don't have a worry based on paper or performance. The only thing I have a worry of beating a team 4 years in a row.
Here's the solution.
That's
Just
the only
finish
thing.
first.
The only thing.
Yeah, let's finish first.
Finish first.
4 points away.
Yeah,
We can do
And
it.
you got a couple more games against the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Juan, which is not Trevor's middle name, unfortunately, says, "What about Tony D'Angelo? Let's forget Tony D'Angelo. Let's just forget that. No, I'll just say it. No.
Just like the not finding a new goalie. No.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Why don't
gonna
you
be
find
great.
a new goalie?
Well,
don't
that
know.
was suggested.
No,
up
it wasn't
until last
yesterday.
week.
Oh, okay.
Not
I thought
yesterday.
maybe like you were saying something yesterday. Because what I said to Reed at one point when Stuart Skinner made that big save across the
On
ice in the
Kempe,
first
yeah.
one, and but it hit his wrist or whatever. I was like, there's someone out there that's gonna be like, didn't play it well enough. He should have been his glove.
Look at that
he got
frying
lucky.
pan.
He got lucky.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like some people were probably. Yeah, okay.
That was a great
He
save.
didn't save it. It went over the net. He knocked it up. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, that's so
I have a feeling there's
ridiculous.
somebody out there that
Yeah.
said that yesterday.
I feel like you're right.
And that's why when you were going with the you started, I was like, not yesterday, please, not yesterday.
No. The what were they deemed? Someone called them the Skinner Doomers. Were quiet last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So there was another game on at the same time. Did you get to chime in on that game by any chance?
Rams and Vikings?
Yeah.
I was watching it too.
Yeah.
I had it up. I had an AirPod in at the game,
Yeah.
watching it on my computer, and
Yeah.
it was just wow.
Yeah.
Woof by the Minnesota Vikings.
Woof is right.
Woof. I never believed in them. I looked at their schedule and I was like, there was a lot of soft wins there. They weren't a 14-win football team. They're a playoff team. I'll give them that, but they weren't a 14-win team. And just that O-line. Now, Sam Darnold didn't help himself.
No.
But you give up 9 sacks. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
He was 5 in the first half. And I think when I left my house, it was a 13-7 football game. And then when I got and set up, I was like, what is going on here? This is just going away from them. So bad NFL sports or weekend. I will say that.
Yeah.
So-
One really good, entertaining football game.
So Vikings played worse, you would say?
Totally.
Like they were the worser team, unlike Rams.
Oh,
Were
you're
the better
saying
team?
the Vikings lost, the Rams didn't win?
That's right.
Yeah, I would favor a little more that the Vikings are just not as good a football team. But the Rams, full credit, like to just go out and get 9 sacks
Yeah.
too is very impressive. But if I had to put it like in order, I think, it's a split as 50-50. I think it leans maybe a little bit to the Vikings are just not that good.
Are they
They're-
a phony 14-3?
100% they are.
I didn't really didn't get a chance to watch too much of the half because I was like, this is lackluster.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. A, do you feel for him? B, did he do anything yesterday?
No, but you can't throw to him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you're getting sacked 9 times,
Yeah.
there's nothing a receiver can do.
And-
it's funny. Actually,
Because
the,
he's frustrated.
the Vikings lost, 4 games this year? 5
Yeah.
games this year.
Yeah.
4 games.
4.
4. 2 to the Lions, 2 to the Rams. They lost to 2 teams. That was it.
Yeah.
But what was
Jefferson, like his targets, I mean, the ball placement wasn't very good. On especially the last one when they were in the dying minutes.
So here's some of the wins the Vikings had this year. And based on where these teams were, Giants, nothing. 49ers, Texans, Packers, but then the Jets, the Colts, the Jags, the Titans, the Bears, the Cards, the Falcons, the Bears, the Seahawks, the Packers.
Yeah, there's only a couple of good teams.
There's
in there.
it's
Seahawks,
not. It wasn't a
Texans.
great record that they had. So they were probably should have
Not even
been
the Seahawks.
an 11-win football team,
Yeah.
maybe a 10-win. But so they were right there with the Rams, and then they just didn't show up yesterday.
Yeah.
And now, one thing that does help the Rams is they have the motivation of playing for their city. There is
Exactly.
something to that. Then,
Exactly.
There
Yeah.
is something about we have extra meaning for this football game that goes beyond sport,
Yeah.
and there's sometimes not much you can do about that.
Mm-hmm. I just want to give a shout out to AZ, putting on a great show, making it LA East, if you will. They look good. I think the Cardinals did a good job being hosts, and Phoenix,
For sure.
Glendale, obviously. It was packed.
Fact.
They said they
It
sold
was like 95%.
Yeah, they sold like 52,000 tickets in the first couple hours. Michael Bidwell, who I think's a dork and he's always involved as an owner, sent a couple of planes to pick up the teams and the families.
And the dogs and cats.
And the dogs and the cats. And then I feel like people in Phoenix, especially around there, very hospitable. It is a very comfortable city and nice city and good. There's a lot of good people there. And I am proud as a Cardinal fan, and so, I have a family home there we had one for so long. I was like, that is great to see because I do think it is an awesome community and it's stepped up for LA, which was nice to see.
And it was nice to see like those stickers that the Oilers and Kings had, right?
Yep.
Supporting the first responders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to Daryl Evans, Carlin Bathe, Dennis Bernstein. Every time you ask them about the fires, they're just like their mind is blown because of how devastating. But then like they could see it literally in the hills.
That's traumatizing.
And they're like
yeah.
it started like this, and then you could see it just spread over
Yeah.
and over, and all the smoke and all the
Yeah.
stuff that's in the air. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And yeah, they're like, it's scary. And you can the kind of like blank look on their face, like messed up. Never
Well, you
seen
see
anything
like
that.
disasters around, let's just say North America, if not around the world. But LA never really had to conquer something like that. So it would be
Like a
really
natural
traumatizing.
disaster.
Yeah, that's right.
But like Jon Stewart, I was watching him yesterday, and he said it was basically a tornado effed a fire.
Well, yeah, and it's been talked about in the past that if the winds go the wrong way, it happened like LA was susceptible to something disastrous, and the winds went the wrong way on this one. It was massive winds, hurricane-esque winds, so I guess tornado-esque winds, and there's no way to combat that.
You can't put a plane in the air. You can't put a helicopter in the air.
And all it takes is like one little spark to be blown away, and that flies, who knows, start to fire over there.
Yeah.
And that's now going off, and they got the wind that was just the last thing they needed for these fires. It's just I think in Jasper, when Jasper was burning this past summer, I think when it started, there was a serious wind too that was going on, and for them to really start being able to contain it, they needed the winds to die down.
Yeah,
and that's LA. It's going to be one of the most costly like disasters we've seen, at least in North American history.
Awful. Absolutely
Because
awful.
just the amount of real estate that is just burned. This is going to be an expensive rebuild.
Yeah. And to like build those massive mansions.
Well, that's like the insurance of the amount of celebs that have lost homes. And you're like talking about like 7, 8, 9, 14, $15 million homes. Well, that needs to be paid out. Like it's going to be wild to see. So like that, I also think comes into the game for the Rams yesterday, where it's okay. We're playing for our city.
Good cause, yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we get now playoffs next week, which now should be good matchups.
Great matchups.
I think the Rams are going to beat the Eagles.
I hope so.
Philly is 6-point favorites in that one opening.
That Philly Green Bay game was very underwhelming as well.
Massive.
Jordan Love, man.
I know.
He is
Jalen Hurts
not-
wasn't much better either.
No, he
Actually,
wasn't.
Good point.
No.
Yeah.
It was bad games this past week in the National Football
Yeah.
League. Thank you, Washington. Thank you for Tampa Bay for showing up on Sunday night.
Yeah, just
because
give us,
otherwise
like,
we would have
one
went
good
0 for
one.
5. We would have went 0 for 5.
Legit, you just waste all your
Jeez.
time. Yeah.
Like, I'm happy the Ravens won. I happened they moved on, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that was a boring
And it
football
got
game
out
for
of the
everyone
way
else.
too, right?
Like it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm good. I don't want to stress.
Yeah.
Everyone else could be upset, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, I hope that's a boring football game in my favor.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't
Yeah.
want a boring football game. I don't want to be stressed out, but I know Sunday night I'll be stressed out.
But
as
it
the
won't.
Ravens
It's
take on the
gonna.
Bills.
I think it will not be a boring game by any means. That's gonna be
Ravens are now the favorite in that one. It started off as the Bills
by
being the
minus
slate.
one only. So that does that really, like even count?
It's basically a pick 'em.
And they're not even the home team. Wow.
No, and the Bills
Yeah.
are undefeated at home this year, but the Ravens destroyed the Bills this year. What was the final score in that game? 35-10.
Oh.
They ran all over the Buffalo Bills in that game.
MVP.
Well,
Who is the MVP? Is it?
to me, based on stats? If I put up the two, you want to let's put up.
We
Bring
all
up
know.
the stats because
But we
I
all know what's happening.
they want to give it to Josh Allen, but it should be
Yeah.
Lamar.
And then the Bills fans argue, well, Josh had to kind of do it on his own.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't care. Lamar did something that's never been done by a quarterback before.
yeah.
Okay, here's some of them. Total yards. QB-A versus QB-B. 4,262 versus 5,087. Completion percentage, A and B. 63.6%, 66.7. Total touchdowns. 40 for A, 45 for B. Turnovers, 8 for A, 9 for B. Record 13-4, 12-5.
B is winning right now.
And that doesn't include any of. Here's 17 games played. So completion percentage 63.6, 66.7. What else is there? Pass TDs 28 for one, 41 for the other. 6 interceptions for one, 4 for the other. QB rating 101.4, 119.6. Rushing yards 531 versus 915. Rushing TDs 12 versus 4. The majority of those go to Lamar over Josh Allen in terms of just place, if we're just looking at the stat.
I'd give it to Lamar.
But he's 1-2, and it's Josh Allen's turn.
Could you imagine though if they do give it to Lamar? That'd be like
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
He's earned
He
it.
became the first all-pro first team quarterback, which is generally a sign of who will be MVP. So there is a good chance. There is. I would right now put it at 50-50. It goes Lamar versus Allen, like the MVP race based off of that.
Do they not have a Lester B. Pearson that they can give to Josh Allen as a consolation prize?
There are different type of awards.
Lester B. Pearson, now known as the Ted Lindsay Award, by the way.
Don't you think it would be determined by who wins that game?
No, because it's a regular season award. It's not a playoff award.
I think, is the voting not done? Should be done by now.
I would assume it's done.
Yeah.
But it is for MVP of the season. And those the saying that like Allen's done, less talent than Lamar too. Also, if you're telling me if the Baltimore Ravens didn't have Lamar Jackson, they'd still be winning football games.
Not like that.
No, they're not. They
Yeah.
built their systems built because around Lamar Jackson. Yeah, he might have some other talent, but he's getting things done.
Yeah.
And if Lamar goes, the Ravens record isn't going to be what it is. Straight up.
No.
He's just as valuable to the Baltimore Ravens as Josh Allen is.
Two of the best, obviously.
Yeah. Well, Josh Allen had a great season, but
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Lamar's season statistically is better. And he beat Josh Allen head to head.
Yeah.
If you want to go there, he beat Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Give the man the prize.
Yeah.
Well, I get annoyed, and this isn't the Ravens. I just get annoyed when we hear the argument, it's somebody else's turn.
No,
Because
it's not.
And that's where I go, like, it's, we saw it with LeBron. I also go back to, I was mad with Steve Nash. Steve Nash should have been a 3-time MVP.
Right.
But it was, well, we can't give him 3 straight years because it's like never been done before. It was only done by these certain players. So Nash, like, we can't have a Canadian win it 3 straight years. So it goes to Dirk. Nash was the MVP of that season still. He deserved it. But we get into this, well, this other person deserves it. People want to talk about millennials and participation ribbons. That's participation.
Yeah, that is
Absolutely.
participation. 100%. I agree. Not about that.
Here's one. Now do Lamar's running back versus Allen's running back. I'm not saying that should get Allen the MVP, but the V is for valuable. Baltimore could still be a force without Lamar, as you have Henry running the rock. You just said
Knew that.
They
no.
get stopped because all you would do is defensively stop Derrick Henry and it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know that you're not going to be able to pass, it's going to be easier for defenses to stop Derrick Henry at that point.
Exactly.
Who didn't even stiff arm this weekend? He was bee slapping, okay? Not sure if you saw that video.
No, I didn't see the bee
too
slapping.
good. Oh, so much fun to watch. So yeah, I'm really hoping your Ravens win it all. They're just so much fun to watch, and Bills are fun to watch too. So
I'm just cheering
but
for
Lamar. I really love Lamar.
Give me my NHL Shield hat and let me be Rob Lowe the rest of the way.
Yeah,
NFL.
I'm down.
Yeah. What did I say?
NHL.
Sorry, NFL. Shield
Yeah,
hat.
NFL.
Apologies.
I guess I'm sticking to NFL. Amon St. Brown.
Yeah.
He had like some bakery in Detroit made a cake of him, like a life-size cake of him standing upside
I
down.
saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was so cool, right? It's like one of those like TLC or like Food Network shows,
Yeah,
right? So I guess he's offering 2 tickets to the playoff game, and people are lining up around this bakery for 3 to 4 hours just to have an opportunity to win those tickets.
Wow.
And it's freezing outside, and they're not even wearing like toques and jackets, like proper jackets. They're wearing like vests or Lions gear. And I'm thinking, I would never wait in a lineup for 3 hours
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Same
for a
way.
chance.
No thanks.
I don't want to wait in lines for most things.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
It's the same when we had all those food restaurants, fast foods opening up. Like, no,
No,
thank you.
thank you.
No, thank you.
Exactly. No, thanks. I pay the premium to get to the front.
Yeah, there's no bottle service in
Yeah,
lines.
exactly. It's a hack.
Oh, I was gonna say about the lineup thing. No, forgot. I lost it.
It'll come back to you.
There's another point made. Derrick Henry couldn't be stopped with subpar QB play in Tennessee. Was the counter argument?
He couldn't be stopped.
could not be stopped.
Did the Tennessee Titans go and make the playoffs last year?
No.
So I guess they did stop him.
Yes.
Like, it's
did
not
they-
like they went off and had success last year with nothing
Yeah.
at quarterback. There's a reason the Titans and all of them moved on, and Mike Vrabel got let go and all of that. He's gone. They didn't go win a Super Bowl. They didn't go win a playoff game last year. What are you talking about?
When did they have Mariota? I know Mariota is now in
Oh,
Washington.
Mariota.
Didn't he have a good little stint with Tennessee?
He was all right.
Yeah.
He's
bounced
turned
around.
into a solid
Backup.
backup.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that type of. I'm very happy that he's still in the National Football
He's
League.
going to make $10 million for the next 8 years, and he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. Football was football in this weekend. Game of inches.
Totally.
It was really a game of inches.
Haas, Matt, now give me your non-biased opinion on your team's QB for MVP. Okay, my non-biased opinion is that the people that vote on the MVP award just named Lamar Jackson as the all-pro first quarterback. Football people across the United States are all saying, like many of them are saying Lamar Jackson.
Maddie's face.
Tony Romo said a couple of weeks ago that Lamar should be the MVP, but it's maybe Josh Allen's turn.
No!
Those were the words
No!
from Tony Romo and stuff. That the reason Josh Allen will be getting this is because it's his turn, not because he's been that much better than Lamar Jackson.
That's a pity win.
It's a pity win.
But
But I'll give it up if Lamar wins the next 3 games.
Yeah.
Another nasty who's a huge Ravens fan, probably the biggest Ravens fan I've ever met, is Ashley Mumford. She went to she's been flying to all these Raven games.
Who's that?
She's one of our nasties.
She was at the Estes.
She's at the Estes.
Ashley, no way.
And I mad respect, girl.
All right.
Yeah, to just book a ticket, because it's hard when you I would know.
She went to Baltimore?
Yeah.
That's not hard. That's not easy to get to.
No, she went to Atlanta first.
Yeah.
And then to, you got to take the flight down south rather than across the country, to Toronto or something. Yeah.
That's
Haas says, I did
dedication.
not disagree with you, Maddie. LOL. Sorry, Haas. I misread that then.
You had the quivering lip, but not of sadness, of anger.
Of
As you
what
were going into that.
WTF
Yeah.
more so.
Yeah, I like that. You got
It's-
fired up, little
Well,
spark.
because again, if we did just straight up, if we somehow were able to take the colors off of the logos, off the helmets and stuff, or and showed the highlights of the season and then showed the stats, people would be picking Lamar over Josh Allen.
Yes.
If it was if somehow
Agreed.
we could do this completely blind, it would be Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen.
Yes. 100% agree.
Patrick Mahomes and Brittany welcomed their third baby on Sunday.
All right.
They named the
Wonderful.
Is a boy. Wait, let me tell you. Let me tell you why I'm.
Is his middle name Jabartholomew?
No.
Oh, damn.
But this is exactly why I'm bringing this up because of the names. They named him Golden.
Oh.
Golden Ray
Tate?
Mahomes.
Wow.
Like Golden Tate?
I'd hate to be one of the other two kids.
Wait, but the
Their
other
child, they're their third child's the golden child.
Wait, yeah, hey, but what? This is okay. So they named the other one. So he has a 2 and a 3-year-old named Sterling and Bronze. So this is Golden.
What?
Say,
Yeah.
this is your favorite child now.
Bronze, the boy. I
Bronze, you're the
guess.
third.
Oh wait, was it a daughter? Golden? I think it was a girl. Yeah, it was a girl.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm just saying, it's you're bronze. Cool. You're the third best.
Sterling.
Especially when you have 3 children.
Platinum.
You clearly have.
Hopefully that baby keeps him up at night. Just saying.
Ooh.
Oh, throwing some shit.
Shots fired.
There's no way that baby, even up all night, is going to mess with
Yeah,
Patrick
I
Mahomes.
guess he used it, but I was saying.
No, but it's not even that. It's you've got Brittany Mahomes in one spot.
Yeah.
They're gonna have other people there,
Nanny.
nannies and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is probably sleeping
In a
wonderfully in
chamber.
a separate room, just very quietly, and he's more than fine.
Sound machines and
Yeah. Would
I'll
that,
see you guys in a month.
yeah.
is that an au pair situation? Am I using au pair properly?
I don't know where's Reed when we need him.
Au
Or
pair.
Jay. Yeah.
What's au pair supposed to mean?
I think it is like a live-in nanny.
Oh,
If I
okay.
recall correctly. If I'm wrong, please text us and get it straightened out and tell me what it is. But I think au pair in the league, the TV show, I think they would always make the joke, au pair, because there was a hot au pair. Yeah. I think I'm remembering that correctly. If not, let me know.
Rip City does say it's Josh Allen's year marrying into the Bellas. Well, when is the wedding date though? That's the year. Once a Bella, always a Bella. Forever into the Bellas.
Who is he marrying?
Haley Steinfeld.
And what's a Bella?
Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
From
I
the Pitch
watched that
Perfect
movie.
movies.
I actually liked it. It was good.
They're the Bellas. So he's marrying into the Bellas.
And she was in that movie?
Pitch Perfect 2 and 3.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
Then you did not watch 2 and 3.
I one of them was on the other day, and I watched for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm like, I'm done with
They're
this.
singing in that movie.
I really like Pitch Perfect.
It's
I'll
alright.
watch all 3 of those.
Nope.
3 is eh.
I want to give them all
1 and 2 are
wedgies.
pretty decent.
I think I saw the second one. I think. What's the one with that German guy, Flula Borg? That guy's funny. He's a little weird. He reminds me of Ladislav Schmid.
In Pitch Perfect?
Yeah.
You talking about the Germans?
Yeah.
Das Sound Machine?
That sound machine. Yeah.
That's Pitch Perfect 2. You've seen Pitch Perfect 2.
Okay, and
Yes.
Flula Borg is in that. He would go on like Conan, and he would do these funny. I think he took Conan to Germany. He's pretty funny. I thought he was good.
That's a good show.
VR adding she's a legacy. She indeed is a legacy. That's why she got in. You wouldn't get that.
No, I
You haven't
wouldn't.
seen it.
What's that mean?
Some
Well, in the
Pitch
second
Perfect-
movie, Haley Steinfeld's character got in because she was a legacy, and you have to let in legacies.
Okay. Do not recollect.
I didn't
that part
realize
of it.
so many people liked Pitch Perfect.
Thanks, everyone else who knows Pitch Perfect with
Yeah.
us.
My goodness.
By the way, this is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Matt, Jasmine, Tom with you on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Portions of this hour brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, Handshakes.com.
Very nice.
I had an awful one yesterday.
What happened?
Oh, it landed right over here.
So it like flew up and came back?
No, it was, if you go back and when I did the Finnish long drink one, it was one of the worst throws I've ever had. Like I stopped my read partway through because it was just that embarrassing. It was just like this flop. It was terrible.
Those cards are actually holding up quite well.
I'm scared it's gonna like fly and hit me in the face and give me a paper cut.
Nah.
I'm shooting them that way, Jasmine.
Guess what?
I'm shooting them that way.
I know.
You're
what
over
is
here.
I don't know. You never know. You know.
You're going to be just fine.
Also, shout out to CJ because she was also at the Oilers game in Chicago.
She had her EST pin.
She had her EST pin.
CJ in LA.
Got there.
I'm a big fan of CJ
Me
in
too.
LA. She's cool.
She's so cool.
And she was playing sim golf yesterday. She won her round. Congrats. She's a good follow.
Yeah, she is. She has good content.
And
I appreciate it.
And I asked if she could tag us in that post because I think she has like pretty private settings. And so we could post, and I put it on our Instagram. Yeah.
You did.
I'm getting better at this stuff.
I'm trying to be annoying on my content so you guys can see me.
Oh, I love it.
Whoever wants to see, go ahead.
At
Did you
least
say you're
not-
trying to be annoying?
Not trying to
If
be
you
annoying,
really wanna be
but trying
annoying-
to like make videos and stuff.
No, that's good.
Stories, yeah.
If you really want to be annoying, do OOTD,
Oh, your favorite?
pictures of your breakfast.
No. Maybe the
I
outfits.
have no issues with outfit of the day.
I like the outfits.
There's a lot of people
You
that
get
do enjoy
ideas.
that one.
Yeah.
Some of them are
The
all
females like that one.
I
so
love
like,
those.
right.
Don't care
I
about
I don't think the rest of us need to do outfit of the day. Not many of us. You'd be fine.
Yeah,
You could do it.
You've got
I don't-
good fit.
I'm not full of.
He has great shoes on today, by the way.
I
Brand
want
new.
Dusty to do an outfit of the day.
Like his cool bad hoodie.
Explaining, Dusty explaining what he's got.
I'm wearing my
Actually,
cargo
try the whole
shorts.
morning show, just because it is early and you just throw on what you want. But I want them each day to be like, oh, so yeah, I got this on today.
I'm wearing sandals that are Velcro strapped
With
and-
socks.
With socks. and-
I want Reed to do an outfit of the day. He would enjoy that so much.
Oh my
yes,
god.
you would. Yeah.
He's gonna be so mad at you for saying that.
I have an idea for Reed because the dunking, he's like, I'm running out of ideas. I have an idea for Reed. The dunk yesterday was great, by the way. They've been excellent.
I
Even-
love him.
I can't believe we're
I
still
laugh
finding
out
new
loud.
ways.
We're finding
I
good
can't
ways.
believe they're still finding new ways. Like that they're
Yeah.
still like coming to me like, well, we're gonna do this one. Okay.
Yeah. That was good job. Everybody in character. Maddie in character.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
Am I in character?
I don't think you are. You're a tight ass.
Oh, he's our tight ass.
Yeah, he's our tight ass.
Yeah. So OOTD, but we agree that some of those are okay. The one that's annoying me right now on TikTok, Instagram, mostly Instagram because I only go on TikTok every now and then, is like people and like their feeling of the day, and they put like the white screen with just the text. Stop! It's stupid.
What?
You not seen this?
No.
You're not seeing this?
Why?
It's like,
So like if I'm
Nobody
angry
cares.
today,
yeah.
so I would write just angry
Yeah.
and a white skirt background.
And it was just white background and just like a text of like, today I feel very angry.
Oh.
Period.
You 5?
This is what people are doing.
Don't yell at Tommy.
No, I know it. I'm not yelling at
Tommy's
Tommy.
now
like,
going to go on.
it's just
I'm
like,
sad.
why?
It's just
Today,
a
a
Jasmine.
I
coworker
have big
annoyed
feelings
me.
today. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? Like,
God.
what are we doing here?
Angry? Can you?
I will throw this out there.
Yeah.
Watch TikToks and be very interesting to watch moving forward.
Because of what's happening? Like
There
the
is
ban?
the U.S. ban is going ahead as of right now
Wow,
on January 19th.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot, like in Canada, we still can get it. The UK could still get it. Around the world, people could still get it, but the US will not be able to. And the people that have TikTok will be able to still use it. You won't be able to download it though. But over the course of, I don't know how long it's going to take, there won't be updates. So like it's going to go slower for those. And those people will be off of TikTok and stuff. And I'm fascinated to see what happens.
Is it
Me
gonna be-
too.
Yeah. And it's like,
it's
going to cost people a lot of money, especially like influencers, which
that's a
I
good
have
point.
very little patience for them. So I know a couple that I like that I think do great work.
When
but-
your business is surrounding another company, there is a risk to that.
Yeah.
And I do feel bad, but at the same time, like if TikTok themselves wanted to one day say, we're shutting this down, your business was going to go away. Like that's where like you should have been on multiple platforms and spread it out.
Yeah.
You still got Instagram.
Diversify.
You still got other things.
This is true.
The weird part is that there's a thing called, I think it's Red Note, which is a full-on Chinese version of TikTok type thing that all these people are now flocking to. and they're just willingly giving their data now fully to China, which was this ban was to try to stop it going from China. But TikTok wasn't owned by China. And it's not, they claim that they're not giving their data to China. So now all these people are actually downloading just an outright app that when you open it, it's in full Mandarin and stuff. And that's their...
Interesting.
You know what?
It's becoming wild.
And I say that so
interesting.
facetiously, and it shouldn't surprise anyone because as we've learned en masse, people are stupid in general.
Yeah, people are stupid.
And that is a great way to highlight that by saying they're just literally downloading a Chinese app that is just like TikTok.
It's like, we're taking your data. It's a cool.
Yeah.
Fully
Sweet.
fully
Can
doing
I
it.
put an OOTP
But just to
on
show
there?
that, the government's taking away TikTok, so I'm gonna show them and
Let
go
me
this way.
willfully give them my
Instead of just going on
information.
Instagram Reels.
When is it getting banned?
It's supposed to be the 19th of January.
Okay.
Barring some sudden change, but I think it would, I don't think it can have a sudden change necessarily right off the bat, because I think the Supreme Court upheld it. So like it went as high as the Supreme Court.
And they're not in a good place, the Supreme Court right now, as we're not going to get into this, but
No, but like, so that like the only thing is Trump gets inaugurated on the 20th. I don't know what, I'm not fully in tune, like if he could sign an executive order or something that would overturn that, or if they can then just repass a new law and change it. So that TikTok, we'll have to wait and see over the next few weeks to see if maybe the new administration and the new House and the new Senate could change that. If they can't, I think we've seen the end of TikTok, because if you lose the US,
yeah. Although
you're gonna go, it's gonna go away straight up.
Yeah.
There's that's a big audience that is now, especially for the English speaking world part of it. What, it's like, we're just gonna be UK and Canada and Aussies.
Do you think Meta is happy about this? Because like,
I think they're thrilled by it.
and don't you think like, I know
I
we're
think-
not supposed to talk politics, but
No, but this is the apps. If you're Meta, you own Insta.
yeah,
You hoping these
you
people
own
go to
Facebook,
Insta Reels.
Yeah.
100%. That's what you're
Yeah,
hoping
you're gonna go
for.
right back to
You
Instagram
want
now.
all those
'Cause-
TikTokers to be like, move your stuff to
Exactly.
Insta stories and Insta Reels, and now you're benefiting from that.
100%. Like you guys talk about TikTok, I don't go on it because I don't go
I
on
think
it.
it's a crappy app.
Do you? Okay, I
Yeah.
just don't. I feel like people
There
get
have been
addicted to it. So
it is an addicting app.
yeah, so I don't bother. But
There's some good stuff you can learn on it.
yeah,
But it's just like all you do. Like this is how easy it is to get videos.
Instagram has it too.
But and it's one of those like you sit there and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do 5 more. You do that.
Yeah.
Go 5. Like, well, what's a couple more?
That's the other one I hate. Get
Interesting.
ready with me.
Where's the get ready with me?
I
Did
mean-
I pass
Oh
it?
my god.
What do you mean? Like as a woman, I watch like other women. Maybe like they'll show me like how they do their makeup or something.
Was there a get ready with me?
Oh, it's
But
so
what's a guy
annoying.
supposed to do for get
I
ready
don't
with
know,
me?
but like I
Jumped in the shower and I brushed my teeth. I put on deodorant.
I like how they wake
and I
up
put on
and
my
they're like,
clothes. Now I'm off to work. That's
you
it.
guys do it the best. Now it's your turn
what like
to an impression.
so my alarm went off at 7:05. Oh yeah, I woke up 20 minutes before on my own. I went back to sleep. Yeah, I listened to the morning radio show. I got up, made coffee, showered, brushed my teeth. I didn't know what to wear today, so I threw whatever I had on that was clean. Got to work. It was great. Went home, had a nap. Maybe I'll work out. We'll see. TikTok.
Talk later, bam.
Yeah, later, fam.
The only thing is, if I did it, it would be, It'd just be grunts because I wouldn't want to talk. It's too early in the morning. I'd hate it.
I feel like I would just ramble on.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And it's pointless.
I don't like it. I don't have enough
So
attention
stupid.
span. Jimbo brought up a good point, which I was going to bring up as well. But Meta is restructuring the way they handle misinformation on their apps, and that's another thing I was going to ask you about. Like,
Yeah.
so now that with that happening,
Now we're getting very political in that point there.
Yeah.
I will say that. Just a heads up.
okay.
Continue.
Nope, that's it. That's all I was going to ask your opinion on it.
My opinion is that Mark Zuckerberg goes where the wind's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is time and time again. We've seen it for a number of years. Whichever way the winds are blowing, he's now all of a sudden on that side.
Yeah.
And then it wins the other way. Oh, wait for 4 years from now and he'll be saying something different. And
He's
then-
one of those balloons that waves.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And he speaks funny.
He is fully just looks to see where, like, especially like the governments are going and who's in charge. And now he's on their side.
Yeah.
And then the next government,
He's a
when there's a
businessman.
change, he'll go to that side and
Yeah.
he'll be public about it.
He's
Like,
a
I'm always with you.
businessman, man.
He
Yeah.
is fully, he's back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. He had a glow
That's
up
Mark
though.
Zuckerberg.
He's still a
He had a
dork.
glow up. He looks like Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
But he talks like this.
Jack Harlow.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Kyle Dunnigan, who's one of my favorite
that's Jack
comedians, does a great Zuckerberg impersonation.
I do love, and I'll always love Social Network. Great movie.
Oh,
It's a
I
good movie,
love
yeah.
that
Great
movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
It's an excellent movie.
Yeah, I watched it like 10 times.
That's one that if it's
Yeah.
ever on, I will throw it on.
Excellent.
I have it on DVD.
Okay, Timberlake's good in that one. He
Mhm.
plays a good bad guy or foil, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse
good actor.
Eisenberg is one of the best. I
Oh,
think.
he's legendary.
He's fantastic. Zombieland and Zombieland
Yeah,
2.
exactly.
Some of his best work.
He's
Yeah.
got good range
Yep.
because he could do the comedy,
Yep.
he could do the serious, he could go all over the place.
I think he's fantastic. And
he's
then
not enough in him enough.
No, he's not. Eh?
Andrew Garfield's also really good.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
That was a good movie.
Yeah,
it really was.
It had everything in it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enough.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to read Seanzi's text.
Go for it.
Okay, Sean, this goes back to the game last night. Seanzi says, last night at the Oilers game, we were sitting beside a family. The in-house DJ played No Limit, which is the bed for the Connor McDavid No Limit goal song.
I heard
My
that was third
brother
period.
commented, oh, they're playing Connor's goal song. The mom of the family said, hey, yeah, that's totally from the AM Nasty. I looked over. I'm like, you know what that is? She said, absolutely. I miss those guys. My brother and I proceeded to educate her on all things Edmonton sports talk. P.S. Some jokers tried to start the wave in our section at 3:10 left in the third. I immediately shut it down. Shanzi, round of clicks. buddy.
Round of clicks.
Well done. Well done on both
awesome.
fronts. And
Yeah.
I like how the mom knew from the AM Nasty, and I like how Shanzi and his brother were like, well, you know, they've been back for a while.
I will say this: if the Oilers were a different organization, there might have been they'd probably be more willing to take some of those songs and play it every so often.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I do know
But
that
they're not.
DJ Bose, he lives in our building.
Mm.
He is familiar with,
But he wouldn't have the
EST.
power to play that.
right,
The Oilers would stop the hell out of that.
probably.
I could hear the music to the TV yesterday, and I was like, the DJ's ripping it today. Had some good bangers, some hip hop, some old school rap, right?
DJ Bose knows what's
Yeah, he's
what
good.
doing. Yeah, he's good.
I can actually recognize it. I'm just like, ooh.
I was listening to the football game.
Yeah.
Straight. I
Yeah,
didn't want
but
it.
you're-
It was in one ear was the football game / Jim Matheson on my left side. On the right side was Reed, and we'd talk. I'd talk
Matty-
with Reed and stuff.
Maddie was on fire. I saw him patrolling, and he'd go by DNB, and he like in his ear. He used to do that to me. I kind of appreciate that he doesn't, because he gets like right in there, and you're like, Jim, hey, whoa.
I had to make a decision for the AirPod. It had to go in one ear, and it's either I'm blocking off Reed or I'm blocking off Maddie.
I know which side it went.
And
to.
I went to Maddie because it was
Yeah.
like, well, I
Did he yank your shoulder a couple times?
no, we actually didn't
Nice.
chat as much with me. He did get into a little bit of football because
Good.
Spec asked what was going on in the game, and then I answered, and then Maddie and I were talking about the playoff format of the NFL. And then I don't know if Reed was wanting me to shut up because I was talking NFL with Maddie at the point, maybe a little loudly, or if what was happening. But the Oilers then had a rush and he tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, oh, something's happening. And I didn't know if he was trying to get me to just stop talking about it.
I know why he
So
did that.
it was one that it was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this play. So it was,
I know exactly why.
but I had
he
a
did that.
lovely time with Reed. We had some good conversation, good jokes. It was great watching the game with Reed.
Yeah. When I watched it with Reed, it was very lovely and nice analysis. It was
Had a
good.
nice chat with Cam Moon
Yeah.
for a little bit till he heard Bob Torrey was there. So he went to go talk to Bob Torrey.
That's who was okay. I know who. Yeah, I was like, who
Coached
was
him
that?
apparently back in the day. Alberta Cup, I think he said.
Yeah.
And then no one knows him, but Troy Bowler and I had a nice little chat. Troy came to chat with
I
him.
always see Troy.
We
there.
reminisced about
He's awesome.
the old days. It was wonderful.
He's awesome.
Um,
Chen's
nice
lucky to
time.
have him.
on Saturday, I think it was Boston. They were playing the Panthers. Good game. I think it went to overtime. So have you guys heard of GQPK?
GQPK.
Oh, GQ
Is this-
segment on TNT.
Is this Pernell Carl in his clothing segment?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, he gets the big board, the one on CNN where you
Yeah.
can draw on it, and then he'll zoom in and
I did see this.
circle around a time. Like, why are you wearing this? Does this not go? Yeah.
Messier had the 3-piece.
That's right.
Yeah,
Messier looked
yeah.
great.
He did.
Yeah, I mean,
Moose.
Do you know who did it first?
who?
Modern Measure.
Boom.
Oh.
Hey, very nice.
Yes.
That's right. The
You guys
modern
been doing
power
it this
play.
year.
Yep. Absolutely.
He
We have been.
stole it.
Probably because him and Sean Bell were line or defense partners in Hamilton, I think briefly in Montreal. And PK is obviously a huge fan of Sean Bell, and he watches all of our shows and said, I'm going to take this and put it on ESPN, the Modern Power Play every Saturday.
Wow.
I made that up.
Oh.
Like literally just now. Wow is right.
Oh, incredible, Tommy. They did steal it. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm
Anyway.
glad you're this gullible.
Go on.
It's nice. It means you still have an innocence to you.
Never lose that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I was okay. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just
Well,
so
no, you were
flustered.
talking about PKGQ or whatever.
I was gonna be like, Nasty, if you haven't seen this segment, you should Google it because it's really funny. Like he'll call both those teams out for their outfits, and he'll compliment them or make fun of them. Wow.
Norman, a comment. What's in her coffee cup?
Great question.
I want to get into CFL
Yeah.
quickly here because Dave Campbell has GMs were speaking from the CFL meetings. Why are they in Charlotte, North Carolina, the GM meetings?
They always go to like somewhere obscure in the
They
US.
go to-
They
I
go
don't
to
know.
Vegas sometimes.
Vegas is okay. You're there to party, I guess. A little
Wow.
bit of you add. They used to go to Banff. Why Charlotte, North Carolina?
Maybe to see MJ somewhere.
That just is really weird to me. But okay, from Dave Campbell of Chet. Ed spoke with this morning from the meetings in North Carolina. Just some updates on negotiations with linebacker Niles Morgan. Hervey says Morgan is seeing what his NFL options might be first.
Oh, damn.
Hervey says that they've had talks, but needs to clarify what Morgan's intentions are. In regards to Eugene Lewis, Hervey says he's not looking to extend him before free agency. Hervey's going to let the receiver market reset when free agency begins. Hervey says he has more pressing needs on the roster to spend money on. Hervey says he will not spend anywhere close to $320K, says the dollars will be spent elsewhere. If Lewis's price point comes down to where Hervey's comfortable with, then he's open to a deal. Hervey asked what areas of the roster he's looking to upgrade. He says D-line, he would like to add experience in the secondary, add one or two more pieces on the O-line. He says he will talk to Luchez Purifoy's agent at the end of the week. No formal offer to this point. Jay mentioned it in the Hangout on Friday. Something that Ed actually told Jay and I, he likes to down the middle. QB,
Yeah.
O-line, D-line, linebacker, safety. That's where he likes to spend. The outside's not as important, and that's what he's saying there with Eugene Lewis. The letting the market reset. Ticats did that. I think it was last year with Tim White. Tim White wanted
Right.
Eugene Lewis money, 300 some K. Ed was the GM of the Ticats, all that, and they said nope. Go to the market. Go see if anyone else will pay you. No one else wanted to pay him. He came back to Hamilton. So when it comes to Gino, who's going to pay Gino? He's not getting 3. He's not getting 320.
You got
I don't
a
think he's getting the
sweetheart
3.
deal with the Elks.
So it's also does he want to go somewhere to win, or is he going to chase the money type thing? I'd be intrigued what the price point is for Ed. But like BC doesn't have the money to spend for a receiver. Calgary has Reggie Begelton paying VA. Could they go spend 3 on Eugene? Probably not.
3 and then 325 like Gino was getting is steep.
Yes. Riders won't do that. Winnipeg won't do that.
With
Toronto's cheap. Actually, this version, this GM with like it's Pinball and John Murphy.
Yeah.
They let AJ Ouellette walk. They might let Kadeem Carey walk this year. They let a lot of people walk in free agency. Like they don't go and necessarily go spend. So I don't think they would go spend the money on Gino. I don't think Montreal, they have Austin Mack. They've got Tyson Philpott. I don't think they would give him the money. So it's like Hamilton and Ottawa. With either of those, Hamilton I don't think will because they do have Tim White and they do have money. So I don't think they have the money for it. Would Ottawa be willing to give Gino that big money? That'd be the only question mark. Otherwise, he's going to have to then come down on his price point and would he want to come back to Edmonton? So
Ottawa is close to home for Gino because he lives in Montreal still.
Yeah.
So there's that element to it. Like if Gino is not getting 325,000 a year like he was the last couple with the Elks. Listen, he was their best receiver the last 2 years. He's got a 10-game touchdown reception streak. But he's getting to be an older receiver in the CFL. And if he took $100,000 hit, then all of a sudden you've got $100,000 to spend on a decent player somewhere else.
100 could get you a second, like okay. Let's say 100 probably can get you an increased salary to get 2 more secondary players.
Yeah.
Or
minimum salary is I think 65.
Right, but
70,000.
I'm thinking like you've already spent X amount on those last year. Let's say you spent minimum, which is 70,000. Let's say.
Right.
If you had 100,000, you could bump each of those up by 50.
Right.
You could go sign some for 120.
Yes.
If Gino came back at 100 less, there's your money balanced out.
Good point.
That's where I'm like, okay, so you could get yourself, or maybe that's even 3 players, depending on how the salaries fully go, of how you could space. That 100,000 could be a significant
That's a
way
lot
of dealing with things.
This gives you a lot of flexibility.
Absolutely. And when the quarterback position, I think they would probably be close to wash this year.
Yeah.
With Trey getting a little bump up,
Fajardo
coming in, going down. I bet that balances out relatively close.
Yeah.
If not, maybe you have a little bit extra cash there. I'm still intrigued by Boris Beatty's still on the roster. I'll be intrigued
I know
by
that one.
Well, that's big money. So I wonder if there's something changes, or if the free agents will be fascinating to see what they do with that one. I find it hard to believe that if you're looking to save money and stuff, Boris is, I believe, decent coin.
Isn't he like 200?
Maybe. Like I feel like
he did not live up to that at all.
That's a big risk on that one. But I hope Gino's back. But I
think he's
100% understand why you wouldn't bring him back for the price point.
The price. And I'll my last point on the breakdown from Ed's availability. Niles Morgan, it's good to hear that there's conversations happening, and I understand and respect him looking to pursue NFL options. He's an excellent player. And I think it would sting more if he walked from the Elks and went to another team in the league. But if he took a shot at the NFL, I don't resent that one bit.
Which it would suck if the Elks lose both him and Nick Anderson though to the National Football League, because that's a big hit on your defense or in your linebacking core.
Yeah,
to lose two of your guys.
He's the captain on D.
Right, but if you lose him and
Luchez too.
And Anderson, but like if you lose 2/3 of your linebacking,
where's
core,
Anderson going?
He's looking at NFL opportunities.
Oh damn! And he just got cut by New Orleans. That's how the Elks ended up with him.
And so it's like, okay, if they go, and now he said at the CFL Awards he would only go if he's guaranteed, like he wants playing time type thing.
Right.
So maybe that helped keep him here.
Right.
But if you lose those 2 guys, that's
huge.
That's a lot you have to replace.
Well.
But I also want these players to go to the NFL because that's the dream.
And I would never stand in the way or again resent them for wanting to pursue that, because they should. That's the league, right?
Yes.
The CFL is a phenomenal league, has been for a long time, but these guys only have a small window of opportunity to make a name for themselves, make the big bucks, playing the best league in the world. Cannot knock them.
You want that AHL player to get to the NHL.
Absolutely.
You want them to get that shot.
Well, I like to think of it as European hockey.
Sure. If you want to go pro,
it's not the
If you're in the Swedish Elite League or whatever, is it still the Swedish Elite League? Whatever.
Yes.
Like you want
or SHL.
It's a great hockey league, wonderful hockey league, but in the end, it's not the best in the world.
It's not the biggest,
and you want them to go there. If the Canadian Premier League ever became a bigger league, you want Canadian talent there, but you want those Canadians eventually to still go to Europe.
Absolutely.
Because you want them to play in the biggest moments, the biggest situation, which, by the way, Davies is rumored to have been offered by Bayern Munich, I think 25 million euros a year deal or something like that. Like a massive deal going to Alphonso Davies, who also got engaged over the holiday season.
How do I not know this? I've been slacking. I know, my bad.
You're getting 7 snaps here from Matthew.
I apologize to everybody.
A relatively quick engagement, I would say, too, because him and Jordan Heidema broke up not that long ago. It was maybe 2 years ago.
She's on our women's national team, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she then started, because then she went to Seattle in the NWSL. She started dating, who's the big player for the Seattle Mariners? I forgot who.
Arenado?
No.
He's in Colorado.
Is it Fernandez? I'm gonna have to look that up. But Alphonso Davies, like, I didn't even know he was dating someone.
Yeah.
And then he posted on January 1st that.
Damn.
Ooh.
A ring picture.
I would imagine he's with like
actually apparently
heiress to some kind of diamond company.
A friend of Jordan Heidema from the past.
Cartier.
Where? Actually, you could find. I forgot who it was.
Does he have a house here?
Yeah.
He comes here all the time.
Yeah, he has one in Sherwood
He's my
Park, I thought.
dream. He was always my
Yeah.
dream interview.
Did you ever get him?
Never.
Ah.
I've reached out a few times. I've never been able to get him. And I'm not even saying Hangout. Like, Hangout
Bring him
would be. I would love to just get a one-on-one with him.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like, not a scrum, none of that. I've always wanted to put him on, like, get him on the morning show or something. That was all. I wanted it at 1260 when the Canadian team came to town for Ice Tech and stuff. I tried. I think Terry Jones got the only one-on-one with him when they were here.
And okay, can I say something? That's ridiculous because at the time, Derek Van Diest was the national soccer writer for the chain. And he should have gotten that interview. And Derek actually went to Qatar for the World Cup. Anyway, that's Jonesy's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. All that.
You know
stuff,
what? If we can get Chuba Hubbard to talk to Reed and Jay, I'm sure we can get
great.
Alphonso Davies to talk to us.
Well, actually, Chuba's, I'll give Panthers credit. They give Chuba to a lot of Edmonton media since he's been there. He's been on Edmonton radio or TV a lot in his NFL career. I will give credit to the Carolina Panthers for that.
Well done, Chuba.
And he's so refreshing to listen to. It seems like he enjoys it and he's never rushing people to ask him questions. He's like, no, take your time, blah, blah, blah. And
love it.
Seems like a very humble, down to earth, good
Sherwood
Edmonton
Park boy.
Sherwood Park boy, yeah.
It's even he's become this star on the global stage, and his agent is still his Edmonton, his agent that he's had from Edmonton. He's never moved on from his agent
awesome.
there. He is stuck with the same guy.
Good loyalty.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hasn't gone and jumped off to the big soccer agent.
Sure.
He's sticking
the
with
Ari
his guy.
Golds
He's
and
sticking
stuff,
with
right?
his guy.
Yeah. Hyman purchased the OHL's Brantford Bulldogs.
Him and his family.
Are they Brantford or are they still Hamilton?
No,
No,
Brentford.
they moved
to
from
Brantford?
Hamilton.
Because
Oh.
apparently Hamilton's arena wasn't.
They're doing a renovation.
Yeah.
It opens up
Cops
next year at
Coliseum.
like 18,000 seats or something like that.
Oh, really?
So his brother and his dad purchased them. And I guess my question is, what's the investment? Because OHL teams, I think, are about what, like $4 to $7 million?
Like how much to buy?
Like,
Yeah,
why
somewhere
would
in
you
that
buy
range.
it? Like, what's your return on this? What's your motive to purchase this team?
You just own a team.
Yeah.
You want to
Equity.
Okay.
for the junior teams, it's generally just we've seen it happen often with pro players buying teams, their former team or something like that.
Yeah. It goes back like decades. I think Gretzky owned a QMJHL team or Lemieux did, Gretzky did.
I think Ginla was for a period of time an owner of a WHL team.
He
with
is
a group.
in with Kamloops now.
Is it still with him? Is
Apparently,
he still with them?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is because we had him on Hello Hockey a few weeks ago and we were talking about that.
So it's you're not expecting a real return for those ones, and largely like when you buy a sports franchise, the value has gone up over the last decade or so in a sense, but for a large part, it's not a moneymaker necessarily.
Yeah.
As long as you're owning them, it's when you sell you could make some money, but while you're owning them, it's not always exactly
Okay,
the
so
biggest moneymaker.
he bought it to flip it, basically.
No, I don't know. That's the only time you get it. But like you buy an NFL team, you're not thinking about flipping the NFL team. To
No,
make a
but
bunch of
we're
money.
talking about NFL.
But it's the prestige of that, and it's so for this, there's not a prestige around it or anything like that. But I think it's just nice to have. Maybe.
Yeah. Is it because like Hyman's just like a good guy, nice guy? He's like, I just feel like buying this OHL team
Maybe his family just looking like wants to
because he didn't play on this
run
team
or something.
Yeah,
Who did he play for?
Detroit.
He played Junior A and
over
then
there.
he went to Michigan, I believe.
Maybe grew up
I think you're right.
cheering for the team or something. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I was just wondering.
He's
like,
also
is
an
it-
ambassador for Oreo now.
Really?
Yeah, I heard
Came
about
out
this.
yesterday.
What's going on
No,
here?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's an Oreo ambassador.
That's a cool thing to be an ambassador for.
I would love to be an ambassador
Me
for
too.
Oreo.
You gotta try those Coke Oreos still. I haven't. So
Oh, I think those
boys
are
are-
probably gone now.
I know. I wish I grabbed like just.
See?
Didn't
just to
Dusty
try
say
it.
they weren't good? Oh,
Yeah, he
look
did
at
a lock shop.
That's awesome. He's so perfect for it.
He did a lock shop poker tournament one day, and he was eating them, and he was like, "These are disgusting."
But he thinks everything's disgusting. You can't.
Yeah, but
anything
we're
that-
talking about Oreos,
Ugh.
and like we're talking about complete, like refined, processed cookies type thing that are supposed to taste like Coke. We're not
Okay,
talking about
okay.
tasting like Brussels sprouts.
Okay,
We're
okay.
talking about something that absolutely falls into Dusty's diet.
Okay, got it. Like junk food. Got it. Okay.
Like I think we could trust Dusty a little bit on those ones.
I heard they were good.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
My sister-in-law, she said she liked them.
The only person I heard talk about them was Dusty, and he said they weren't good. And I still wanted to give them a try. And then there was an Oreos flavored Coke, like it was a mix. So you could get
That's
the-
right.
Oh,
I want to try
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I would have tried that. Coke, like cherry Coke, vanilla Coke, delicious.
I love cherry. I have cherry Coke, cherry Pepsi. Love it.
Ew, Pepsi.
I
They- I
prefer
think they
Pepsi over
have-
Coke.
What?
I'm a Pepsi over Coke too.
Wow, I can't stand Pepsi.
Really?
Because it's too sugary. It's
Oh,
so
Coke isn't?
Wow.
Coke's fine for you.
Oh, it's great. Your teeth will not rot.
You can tell the difference. I feel like Coke has first of all, it's not as sugary. Secondly, it's more carbonated.
Pepsi tastes better.
I do not agree with you. I remember I did the test at Kmart when we were kids. Do you remember that? When
Yeah,
have,
I
the
remember.
And then you get the
Kmart.
card, and Pepsi was always tasted better.
That's every time I got Coke. Every time. What?
I like Pepsi.
Which has
Weird.
more sugar?
I'm a Pepsi guy.
You guys are weird.
Regular Coca-Cola. I'm asking ChatGPT.
Can we put a
Coca-Cola.
poll up?
Or no, I'm asking ChatGPT which has more sugar.
Oh.
Or regular
What nasties prefer?
Pepsi. Oh, it's gonna be Coke
I think it's a more popular brand.
by far.
Yeah.
Regular Pepsi contains slightly more sugar than regular Coke. Approximately 41 grams versus approximately 39 grams. The difference
Oh.
is minimal, but Pepsi is slightly sweeter due to its higher sugar content.
Those 2 grams, hey? Look out.
Oh wow, Avery, Pepsi over Coke. Chris, Pepsi's way better than Coke. Cash, Coke all day. Big Uke, Pepsi over Coke. Bronco Nick, Coca-Cola original flavor is the best. Big Maple, Coke Zero is superior. We're not getting into the zeros and all that
we'll
stuff.
get to that.
Kelvin,
Yeah.
Pepsi tastes like dust. You want to know something?
What?
Maybe I'm going to bring in, we'll do taste test.
Let's do it.
Thursday or Friday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm in on Thursday.
And Friday. Or you moved to Friday as well.
Did I? Am I okay?
Because you
fine.
canceled the 29th.
Okay.
Well, now I got, are you?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I just have to update my calendar because I did move. Yeah, you're right. Oh, no, you're right. I'm in on, it's right here. Let's do
What
Friday.
is going on today?
Sorry, let's do,
Because
let's do
Jay's
Friday.
in, so I will bring
Oh,
in
yeah.
2, and I will get just cups, and I'll pour them. I'll know what they are, so I won't do but the 3 of
Yeah.
you, and we'll see which one you
But I
guys
want
taste
you
better.
to do it too. So why don't you bring them in and then we'll get like
One of them to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And are you going to be in on Friday? Because there's no game.
I'll be here, yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a fun Friday show. Maybe we'll go
Talk
for
about it.
beers after and wings.
Oh, I like beer and wings.
I've got plans on Friday.
I knew you were going
Oh.
to say that.
Like legit, I do. The EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts more than 2 decades, helping Canadians through life's transitions. Right now, snowy savings, first 4 weeks free, plus free cancellation. Check them out, sentinel.ca.
That was good.
Tom, Jasmine, Matt with you on the EST Hangout, live on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, YouTube, iHeart, TuneIn, as well as anyone could listen to us on the podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Coming up later today, we got Lock Shop. We got 2 Guys and a Goalie, EST Afternoons, the Reed Wilkins Show. That's all to come to take you till 6 o'clock. Also throw it out there, EST Fun Spiel, once again, presented by Lloyd Sand Insurance Brokers, sold out.
Sold out,
It is
hey?
sold out, yeah.
I
Excellent.
heard that
I gotta
yesterday.
sort with-
I'm so proud.
So
Good for you, nasties.
I do have some people that messaged to possibly on a wait list. I got to see what we want to do because I had a couple teams for us at EST, but maybe there'll be some open spots or something I got to still sort out. But
I hear it's fun. So I was talking to my family and stuff about curling and getting tips, and everybody you said it's so much fun.
it's hard.
It's harder
hard.
than
It is
people
a
They're
lot
all,
harder
they're
than you
all
think.
athletics. They're
It's one of those
athletes,
things
yeah.
where you will throw that rock the first time you throw it if you've never thrown one
Yeah.
way too hard.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You're going to throw it way too hard and be like, wow, that just went down the ice. And you're like, yep.
I'm gonna
You
watch
have
some
to have the
YouTube
right
vids.
touch. Did you send that email just to me directly, or was that an all
That was
staff?
all staff email.
Oh, I thought it was just to me, but I just want to mingle.
Yeah. No, because it's
At
like
the
I need to
Bonds
map
Yeah.
out my teams and go, okay, well, does
Yeah.
somebody want to play in every game? Does somebody sit there and go, I kind of only want to play 1 or 2 games? Is somebody like you that goes, I really don't want to play. I'd just
Yeah.
rather mingle.
Yeah.
And then I could sort out our teams because then if I have open spots, then I can go, okay, I have a couple of people on the wait list. Do you want to play on
Yep.
this team type
Yep.
thing? That's where that
I just
came
want to
from.
hang out.
I want that experience, like that I did it in my life.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's harder than you think, and
I'm sure it is.
I find myself, I enjoy it. I like the camaraderie, but I feel out of place on a curling sheet, and I just don't want to deal with that. And plus, I want to leave a champion because I won the Oilers
Oh,
alumni
that's the real reason.
tournament last year
Yeah.
on my team.
That's
and
right.
I just want to leave it there.
That's why.
Yeah.
Anthony, can we come cheer if we don't get in on time? Yeah, like, there's
They've got
it's a bar. Like the curling bar is a great
restaurant
spot. You can
upstairs,
sit, and I'm sure there'll be a few other nasties
Game will be on.
to Big Uke. Can we pay for a meal without being on a team? I have had some people that I probably will have to set a deadline because I'll have to send numbers for meals. I got to deal with that. But yeah, if you just want to come for the dinner, I think I have it at $25 for the meal. If you just want to come out and hang out and then enjoy the meal that we have, I got to figure that all out today. I think I figured out which meal I'm settling on.
Ooh.
The filet?
No.
Damn. No, actually, we had at the alumni bonspiel. I don't know if it was the same company that did the food or whatever that is doing ours, but it was fantastic.
I thought it'd be like a hot
And you will
dog.
be there on Saturday.
I will be there
For
on
the
Saturday.
Oilers, their alumni bonspiel's back at the Shamrock.
Yep.
You will be doing pre and post game Saturday from there.
Yep.
Nice.
An extended 90-minute pregame actually, because
That's right.
there's a lot of alum there that chat with and all of that. So that's
Yeah.
happening this Saturday.
Belzy
Cool.
texts me. He's like, "Do you want me on?" And I'm like, "Of course.
Of course.
I'll bring the extra headsets."
Where else
Oh,
are we?
Belzy.
We've got a few. We got a couple of on locations coming up here with Edmonton Sports Talk.
We have 2 more this week. Thursday at Boston Pizza Westgate. Friday, Boston Pizza Westmount.
That's for the lock shop in Oil Stream.
Yes.
The Westgate is for GCL Deezer Oil Stream pre and post game show.
Yes.
And then you're at Shamrock.
For Oil Stream.
And then don't forget
Pre and
Super
post.
Bowl Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge,
Boom.
where every day is game day.
That says
Go ahead.
no. Like reserve your tables for Super Bowl, everybody.
I think
I should
Renee
talk
was
to
saying
Renee
some tables were getting snapped
Yeah.
up pretty quick.
Yeah, I texted her yesterday and got my girlfriend's a table there.
Boom.
So.
And Renee also went and bought just like a bunch of flats of 6 o'clock or longer.
Oh, and a gangster.
There is no beer pyramids this year.
We don't.
I
want
will shut that down.
We don't want any
personally.
TVs to no longer function
We
properly.
will. I will.
Yeah.
I will be the bad guy this year. If I see those, I'll knock them down early. I'll take them down early. Looking at you, Jay. Actually, I don't even know who started it last year. But that'll be a fun time. It'll be also interesting. Like we still have, I think 4 of us at EST have teams still in the playoffs. Eric, myself, Dusty, and Jay.
Oh, the nasties are hilarious.
What are they saying?
They say EST MMA tourney
Great idea.
breakdancing.
Ooh, there's a few of these.
It's good.
EST slow pitch. I don't have the energy to plan a full
That's a
slow
lot.
pitch.
Yeah, that's
but
a lot.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Pickleball. I've never played pickleball.
I want to
want-
play.
me too.
We should set
We
it
would be a
up.
team, you
yeah,
and me.
Yeah, let's go.
EST
I can
3-on-3
do
basketball.
I could see some knees and ankles being
it.
snapped.
Hacky sack.
I want to be on Reed's teams for all the dunks.
Yeah, no kidding.
A Bootski EST team trivia challenge. That would be fun. Crib tournament. That would be enjoyable. Crokinole. I'd enjoy that one. I don't mind the idea of doing a Chell tournament.
You know what's
one day.
become quite popular? Not to the level of Tecmo, but NHL 94 Sega version. A lot of guys have been playing it on the machine. I started that, by the way.
Yuke was in yesterday. He got in a couple of Tecmo games. He beat me, but I didn't change my players. I didn't change my playbook. Then Hernan beat him in overtime.
Yeah, you guys suck the fun out of it. Because you
Why?
guys are so competitive
Yeah.
with it, which is fine because I
Yes,
want to talk.
We're in a
but,
league. We've got a trophy.
but like you guys are so experienced. You're playing it all the time. Like now I feel like I don't even want to try because I'm already behind.
Well, but we'll teach you how to do it. Reed was learning, or Jay was learning yesterday. I was walking you through how to do things.
Perhaps.
Yeah, it's gonna you're coming into it'd be like a rookie coming into the NHL. You got to catch up to us.
And it's not a development league.
We could create a development league for you guys if you guys want.
I don't want in. You guys are so up here,
They're so
elite
intense.
level. I
Oh
don't
my
I
God.
just stay out of it.
Lieutenant
Plus-
Eric, what about a citywide hide and seek? How fun do you think that
Oh
would
my
be?
God.
I don't even know how you would work that out.
Him and Raimai would win.
But it'd be like, I don't know what full rules you would do with that, but you'd
Or I
have
would.
to have 6 or 7, I would think you'd have to have 10 seekers.
Try me around.
And you'd have to go around. I don't know how you'd have to
I
fully
would
do
win
that.
because nobody comes to the south side.
That's a good point. Bronco Nick wants to see Matt go and get a Brio Canotto from Italian Center Shop. Add them to the taste test for laughs, or a Canotto is the next thing Dusty tries on air. I bought one for Zach to come. And he had like 3 sips and he couldn't do it, Bronco Nick. I'm like, just try it. It's Italian soda.
Wait, he couldn't drink a Brio?
He only drank like 3 sips. He's like, yeah, I tried, Tommy. I
Tastes delicious.
Italian sodas are
Yeah,
delicious.
yeah.
Well,
This one's
well,
way
no,
big in
it's,
coffee
it's like a
shops.
Coke.
Okay.
It's a Brio. It's called
Kinoto.
But so is it like soda with
Brio's the brand.
Oh, Brio's the brand.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like this one.
Oh,
That's
I
the
see.
brand. But there's different kinds of Kinotos. Yeah.
a soda with flavoring though, kind of like.
How does this get
It's
worded?
honestly like
a bittersweet carbonated soft drink made
Yeah.
with the fruit of the same name.
Yeah.
Brio is a Canadian version
Yeah.
of Chinoto.
I would love to try that.
I love it. It's
I
great.
know it's a Canadian version. The other good one is Iron Brew, which I know some people don't
Oh,
like.
they do one?
Iron Brew is I think a Scottish drink.
Oh.
But it's not it's orange or something. But it has like I feel like
I've
maybe,
never
maybe
had
it's
that.
been a while since I've had one. I felt like I'd always had like a Coke-ish taste to it. It's a good one too.
So earlier, Trev brought up the handshake hug thing or handshake fist.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to bring it up because I'm a hugger. I like to hug.
That's fine.
It's weird. Like I grew up, my parents like I'd hug my family, or if like my brother and I are visiting my parents or something, like I hug my brother, you know, rather than like a see ya or whatever. Like
I hug family when I
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah.
There's no handshakes.
yeah,
Like I go the Christmas, I go in
Yeah.
for the whole family. It's hugs
Hugs.
to everyone.
Right.
When you leave, hugs to everyone.
yeah.
Guy, but like with friends or something, I
Mhm.
generally don't hug.
Yeah.
Like if
because
I go
you're
over to a
guy.
buddy's
Oh.
place, like if I go to a buddy's place, I go with like
Yeah,
Luke or
hug.
Eric. Or,
Yeah.
It's handshakes generally more so.
Right.
And then for the females, it's a hug.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do bro hug. And
Sometimes that
ladies
one.
hug.
Side
I don't
hug
always
or-
do the bro
yeah.
hug. I don't know. It's a mix. I don't do that one as
What up?
much.
The thing with
Yeah.
the handshake is like, I
Hello.
I love a good handshake, right?
Very good handshake.
but-
It's better than my brother's.
A bad one is a bad one.
My brother's like,
I feel
Oh, really?
my brother goes
when you
like this.
If a man gives me a dainty,
That's what my brother does. And I'm like, what are you
it's
doing?
I
which one?
I
Don't-
feel like
Polly.
unnerved for like a good 15 seconds. Like that was
Yeah.
really weird. Like,
Yeah.
give me a little grip.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Give me a little grip.
give me, because I give grip, and like if a guy gives me a dainty,
It's a very good handshake.
handshake, I immediately in my brain something goes off. I'm like, why? What the hell was that?
That's a good point.
Disrespect. I disrespect them.
What is wrong with this person?
Yeah. So give a nice firm handshake.
But before we got on there, Dusty asked, like, are you still allowed to do the hugs type thing? I will say, I feel like I'm with people, like I'm fully not, like with some of my friends, I know I'm better, so yeah, I'll go in for the hug. But if it's somebody else, I kind of wait for them to come in for the hug. If it's
Okay.
a female, because it's like,
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll wait till they kind of go for it.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah,
because you never know.
yeah, people have like boundaries. Some women, especially, are probably like, you know, you should wait. So that's a good thing you're doing. I personally just hug, like, and then I feel bad if somebody doesn't expect that hug, and then they're just like, and they're like, they get all clamped up. I'm like, what did I do? The thing with the handshake is, and it doesn't matter, like I don't mind we like shook hands, but then I'll kind of quickly stare at like sanitizer.
Oh, you want to go? Oh,
I need to like wash
Oh.
my hands, and it's not because of it's not them. It's just that I get worried about not touching my face the whole time. Then, like, I just don't want to get sick. I just don't know where those hands have been.
Yeah, makes sense. But
But when the
Howard
hug,
Mandel over here.
you hug, like you're not.
whoa,
It's like I feel like it's more hygienic.
I would think it would be, if I assume, to a degree,
Yeah.
depending where the head goes.
Fist is good. That's good. I know when guys do that, it's all good. But when I do it, I feel so masculine.
I do that to Trev all the time. He loves it.
Yeah, it'd be weird if, like, I don't know, for the guys, if you just walked in every day and we hugged each other.
Yeah,
It's weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
But I also don't do females. I don't think females do that in a workplace.
they hug.
No,
Do you
not
all,
at
like?
work.
Oh, not at work.
Do you
No.
work? Right, like they don't always come in and go hug
Yeah.
each other. I don't even shake anyone's hand when I come in here.
You know what? Like I see my best friend probably every weekend, and I don't hug her. But if I haven't seen I haven't seen her in like 3 weeks, I'll probably hug her. We're huggers, I guess. I don't know.
I have no problem with the hugs. Abutski says that's the way, Maddie. I'm open to hugs, but don't initiate them.
Yeah. I guess because I'm a woman, maybe that's why like I'll initiate the hug always. Maybe that's
I feel
why
like
I'm
it
having
should
a
come
different
more from the
interpretation.
woman with the guy.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
there's no.
Awkwardness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
when
get
I'd
it.
see you guys at events and stuff, I gave everybody a hug. But now I see you guys like every other day, so I'm just like I don't like force you guys to hug me.
Yeah, like at the Super Bowl, I don't think there'll be a lot of hugging.
Oh, I'm gonna hug everybody at Super Bowl.
And I'd be like, hey, how are you? Like, I mean, full shakes.
It's an
I don't know.
event. It's a big day.
See, and this is where I usually, I guess in the end, as I think about this more, I just sit there and I go with the flow. What happens? If someone goes for the hug, I'll go for the hug. If they put out a hand, I'll shake their hand.
Yeah.
If they do nothing, I'm sitting there doing nothing.
How about you the other night when I saw you?
I talked
just
about it yesterday.
Blow me off there. Like,
So,
I'm just kidding.
oh no, I talked about this on the show yesterday.
But you were going up. I was going for dinner.
I know,
Oh,
but I could
that.
have talked with you for like a few seconds outside the
I
elevator.
didn't have anything for you, like thought-wise.
But so I was
heard.
going home.
Yeah.
For those that missed it yesterday, we live in the same building. Elevators opens. Tom comes out. You say hi.
Yeah.
I immediately just go right in that elevator. Hey, Tom, put my fob on, click, and I go right up. There was no like.
And it's a quick elevator. That door doesn't wait.
There
for you.
was no like,
Yeah.
hey, Tom, I was post yesterday even, or
Who
how's the
cares?
weekend, or like you said. All
Yeah.
I said is like, you said you're off to dinner. I didn't be like, hey, what are you gonna go eat?
Doesn't matter.
There was not. You even were like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, maybe I'm not. And then like, but the door closed. I didn't try to keep the door open.
I don't care. I didn't feel any.
because I wanted to go upstairs and watch the playoff of the golf.
But
And
it's
you
good
had a
you messaged him.
But then I messaged going, I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
I want
That
to.
was that was disgustingly rude. I was,
Well, I was like, I could have like stood out and waited,
No.
even if it was for another
No.
15 seconds.
No,
and
I-
then got in or something.
I do not like. I talk to everybody in that lobby, and sometimes it's like, oh, just go, just go.
but I'm also would have like, I could have even just stood there, and then if
No.
we both kind of
No, no.
realized there was nothing to talk about, we could have still went our separate ways.
No.
But there was that extra 10 seconds, or I left it open if you needed it. I was just outright, Tom, I'm not talking to you.
And then
Boop up.
And I was more than okay with it. I was hungry, and I was like, oh, there was Maddie. Good to see him. The only other thing that I could give you at that point was, Maddie, I need to give you a keypad code to my door, my new door, just in case somebody needs to get in.
Oh.
And you can have. I'll just text it to you.
That's
I
smart.
put a
But then
new
I got
lock on.
upstairs, so the end of the playoffs,
Yeah.
Nick Taylor won. Thank you, Nick.
And I'm glad you got to see it because you didn't waste time talking
Yes.
to me about nothing that we
was-
could talk about either here or over text or a phone call.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was very short.
I went to Wayback Burger. Thanks for asking.
I've never been. How was it?
It's awesome. They have specials every day. I got the Sunday special.
Huh?
Great.
I've always wanted to try them.
$5
Are they more
Mount
smash
Rushmore.
burger or regular burger?
I think they are smash
Are they?
burger style.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's great. It's right around the corner from our place,
Mhm.
and I think the Sunday special is like the classic burger. But I think it's 2 patties, cheese, tomato, pickle, onions, and then the fries there are great and $5 beers.
Go try it one
tap.
time.
I love it.
I got to put it on my EST foodie list.
right
Before
on
you say
Jasper.
what you need to say, the official drink of the EST, we were talking about Rip City saying, yeah, Coke, Pepsi, all that. The official drink, what's better than Coke and Pepsi? It is the Finnish law drink, legend of 1952. A drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada to enter your postal code and find a liquor store nearest you that has it.
Boom.
Oh, I responded.
Boom.
I recovered from yesterday's Finnish long drink toss.
So a lot of nasties are huggers. This makes me feel better because I feel like I'm a weirdo or like an outlier that likes to hug. Like when I see Jay, me and Jay are both huggers, so we just hug. It's fine.
He is a hugger, and
Yeah.
when he's drunk, he kisses too on the cheek.
Damon says he's a very lovey-dovey, opens up a lot when he's drunk.
Yeah. He, I always slink out of it because I'm like, stop it.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I get
He's
it.
not
That's
a
very
bad
much
drunk.
him.
Yeah. Tanis is a hugger. She's my fellow female nasty. Tanis, I hope to see you at Super Bowl. You can give me a hug there.
Tanis is great.
Yeah. VR's
She's
a
part
hugger.
of the fantasy football league that Dusty won, and
Is
we don't.
that right?
I still don't know. She says she
Yeah.
voted with Dusty or whatever, but that's not what Dusty's heard. Sorry, Tanis. I just had to call you out for a second on that one. She had a good team this year.
That's
She's actually
great.
Tanis is one of the few people that beat Dusty in that Spite League. There are very few people that beat Dusty this year. She's one of them.
That's
So Brandon
impressive.
clicks the Tanis.
Yes,
for that one.
absolutely. VR is a hugger. VR gives good hugs.
VR would be a hugger.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was an interesting discussion. And it's good self-awareness too, you know?
Yeah.
And also culturally, we hug a lot too. Like in my Punjabi culture.
Same.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Thank you.
now, but now I know to just, to see the vibe.
Lieutenant Eric, actually, I like this. He said, remember when I placed your hand on Ryan Meyer's butt? That was great. Yeah, he did while I was on the air. Or no, we were taking a picture. I think it was Janias from Rocky Mountain House came in with his dad for the pre and post game show at BP Westgate, and we were taking a photo. And Rick took my hand and put it on Raimai's butt. Well played. And Raimai, you've been working out?
Tana's beat him twice, I think she says. She said twice.
Good girl.
She also said Dusty wasn't there, so you did vote. So you voted against Dusty. Is that what you're saying there, Tanis?
I think
Dusty doesn't care anymore. He had his spite win,
He's in like 40 leagues too.
but it was an impressive victory this season. Like it was a full revenge tour for him. He had names, and he was checking them off.
Damn.
Calvin had a good question about side hug or full hug. Okay, this is such a good question because that is actually like something I think about if I'm going in for the side hug or the full hug. So I'll give like full hugs to people that I met you more than a few times. But if I'm going to meet you for the first time, you get a side hug for sure.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think that's
And it's interesting. A lot of the ladies like Carly Jane. Is that our CJP?
That's
Or-
CJ.
Is it?
Or if you're like, if there's a lot, like if let's say you're leaving Century and there's a lot of people to quickly hug, like right there, there's a group of 5 and you're saying bye. It's not worth it full hug sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a quick, just side hugs.
Yeah.
To just get
Side
through
hug.
it.
They still get a hug.
Yeah, but it's to get through it quicker because you're leaving or something, but it like your Uber's right there.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
standing outside. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to do the full hugs with all of you. It's a quick side, gone.
Not impolite.
And it's like an understanding because as you're like walking out, you'll be like, "Oh guys, hey, my Uber's here. I gotta say bye to everybody." And everybody's like, "Okay, we gotta do the quick side hug to let her go." Yeah.
Rapid fire side hugs. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, if
I
you
think
need
that's-
rapid fire, you need to get through some quickly side hugs. Boom, 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 boom.
Big U gives good hugs too.
But Big Uke's big.
That was this. Yeah, it's good. Rather than the fist pump.
I still like a good handshake.
Yeah, if you guys want a handshake,
I
that's
still
fine.
like a
But
good
don't
one.
get like
But it's I
weird
like it when you have a good firm one.
Yeah.
I always do look down. I don't look at the eyes because I want to make sure I have a proper
You're supposed to do both.
connection, and then I look up.
You gotta look them in the eye though.
Yeah, then you look up. But I always go like I'm focused down because I don't want that like weird, like all of a sudden I'm grabbing a weird spot or something.
Well-
like I want to make sure, okay, we're getting a good interlock, and then I'll look up and there we go.
That's why my brother Paul, like my brother Mike does a good handshake, but my brother Paulie does this like weird, he puts his hand out like this.
Like a woman.
And
Wait, is he the queen and you're supposed to kiss his hand or
that's what I
something?
do to
Well,
LT.
he
No.
is special.
Yeah.
He is special. He's the youngest, so he gets preferential treatment from
Hey,
the family.
don't come after young people, the youngest.
Oh, shut
We don't
up.
get any of the preferential treatment.
You get all of it.
No, we
And
don't.
So he goes like this, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What, man?"
Stop it, Polly.
I'm like, "That is the
That is a
worst
turn
handshake."
off. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's listening because he's back.
He's in Guatemala
Yeah, he's
or
still
El
gone.
Salvador right
What? Doing what? Vacation?
now. Of holidays, yeah.
That's amazing.
He was like doing a hike on and volcanoes were in the background. He sent pictures.
That is freaking cool.
He's-
What a place to go.
He was having a good time. Yeah, it sounds
A little
like it's been
tight
a great trip.
squeeze. Like come in and give a nice little squeeze.
But don't put your hand out like a
no
jellyfish.
dead fish.
Yeah.
Don't come in too aggressive and then
Yeah.
try to break someone's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice middle ground, good firmness.
Hold it out and we meet in the middle.
Hello.
Look me in the eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you do need to look in the eye.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
important.
one that will still always look down first because I'm just trying to make sure I get a proper connection.
Yeah.
Valid.
Then head comes up.
If you guys need us to teach you how to do it.
We could do a full segment one day.
We should.
Just that the audio listeners will love it. So this is how you shake hands, and the people just
This
listening
is
on
how it
Tune In are like, "Oh, this is
feels?
great radio."
Awesome.
That's so good.
Trying to see if we've missed anything else.
Yeah, I
that
think we
needs to
covered
go.
everything on my list. Other than everybody kept talking about Inner Excellence yesterday is Amazon's bestseller. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What was Amazon's
That
best?
was the AJ Brown book that he was
that.
reading on the
Yeah,
sidelines.
which I really like. I find that inspiring, that the fact that he had that book and that he was looking at quotes.
I wouldn't be able to focus if I was on a
Yeah.
bench and I'd grab the book. I'd be
Exactly.
like, what am
So
I doing?
AP has just tweeted this, and when I look at the AP Associated Press, I always think they're going to cover the real news. Well, they covered the real news with this tweet from 9 minutes ago, but they worded it in a very weird way. Jessica Simpson and husband Eric Johnson call time on their relationship. One, thanks for letting us know what's up with Jessica Simpson and her husband. That's very important news in this day and age. And two, call time on their relationship.
Interesting.
I'll
What the
break.
hell does that mean?
A break?
They have separated after 10 years of marriage. Why like call time on their relationship? What time out?
Yeah, it's
You know,
time
or
out.
that, like
That's weird.
that's a very weirdly worded tweet. Bears, are interviewing Mike McCarthy tomorrow, per source.
Okay.
That has come out. He's also expected to meet with the Saints. That's some news that I'm just seeing. Anything else that we've missed news-wise?
We got to Ed stuff from Elks. No, it's been a very thorough show today.
TGL Golf. We did not talk about that.
Well, Al's head coach, Jason Moss, in the 2025 schedule, quote, the schedule's just going to come out, so we're going to get our direction here shortly. So maybe that means it's coming out soon. TGL, we got Team LA taking on Team Jupiter, which features Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I saw the lineup of the 3 golfers when we started. What do we got for TGL today? Team LA, I think, is my team. We are going with Justin Rose, Colin Morikawa, and Sahith Theegala.
I like Sahith Theegala.
Jupiter, going with Tiger Woods, Kevin Kisner, and Max Homa.
Why is it called Jupiter?
Jupiter, Florida.
A lot of the PGA players live in Jupiter.
And Tiger owns this team, and that's his home now. So Jupiter. Okay. So Team LA versus Team Jupiter. Go Team LA.
I like
those are my boys.
Max Homa's good.
I like Colin Morikawa. There's something about him that I'm.
I think it's better though.
Player.
So okay, so
I don't know what holes we're doing.
I said this in the nasty chat when it first came out, and then I also I don't know if I texted you this, but I was like, it's a sausage fest. There's not one lady.
You put it in the nasty chat.
Yeah, that's right. So there's like no women, and I don't even mean like playing that. I mean like women just there being an eye candy or something different. It's just a bunch of golf nerds. Like even in the stands, it's all men, and I sat there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of women.
Yeah, it was all. It was.
So the fourth hole today they're playing is called the Boomerang, which has a bunch of sand around the fairway. The ninth hole is a par 5. I don't understand this hole. It's called the Spear. I can't show it on the YouTube. Look at that.
Oh.
I have no idea what that is.
It looks like water all around.
And it's a par 5. But
How
there's
long is
there's
it?
2, like a triangle and a diamond. I have no idea what's going on with that hole.
Interesting.
Pay attention to the ninth hole today.
I think I'm going to watch this tonight.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Thank you.
So Team New York got destroyed by Team the Bay last week.
Yeah.
Team New York hit the fairway 90% of the time versus the Bay, who hit it 40% of the time. New York only hit the green in regulation 53.3% of the time, while the Bay hit it 85.7% of the time. No wonder they dominated that match. I've got it recorded.
I
think it's early. I think it's like 6 o'clock.
Work on that.
It was like
game.
9-1 that first time, right?
Beatdown.
Yeah, it was.
So it just wasn't.
Beatdown. It's embarrassing.
And I think like obviously the product needs to develop and it'll get better and better and better.
It feels like there's something there. Like
yeah,
they'll make tweaks. They'll
be fun to
little
watch Tiger
adjustments on their
today
way.
though. That's
Yeah.
Well, Murray brought up a great point. There's a lot of people that were critical, and I would have been critical too, of why wouldn't you start with Tiger or Rory or Tiger versus Rory in match 1? And Murray said yesterday, like, naturally, you're just going to get that bump from the first one. People are going to watch. And you didn't have to use Tiger or Rory yet. Now this week, people are going to be interested to want to watch Tiger. And next week, people are going to be interested to watch Rory. And I think that's a really good point.
Slow
A
burn
good way
kind
of how they've mapped this out. Last week got just shy of 1 million viewers
okay.
in the U.S. We'll see what happens.
With
today.
Tiger playing today, that like I'm interested.
I think there'll be more people watching.
It's his
than last
product.
week.
Let's see him play it.
Well, it's higher. If you just even just in the last 10 years, you go, golf numbers are pretty good with the PGA, but when Tiger's there, and especially when Tiger's in contention, the numbers just shoot up. He is a driving force. So I would expect that after today, we'll hear that they got over 1 million people.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would assume.
I would, yeah, I guess
yeah,
so.
and
It's Tiger. And he's going to be mic'd up.
sprinkling a sexy woman in there somewhere.
Are they going to get LPGA golfers involved?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that if they would, if they'd go that way. Because somebody, I don't know, I just saw it on the nasty chat, but
I wouldn't mind that.
I'd be an interesting way to mix things up a little bit more. Final thing?
Oh, this has been a fun show.
Oh, okay. I just thought you had something to say.
No,
we got to wrap up.
Not
here.
really.
This
Get
was
like
a fun
10
show.
seconds.
This was a fun show. I really missed all the nasties and I missed you guys too. And I'll be back Thursday and Friday this week.
And one of those days, I'll bring some Cokes and Pepsis, and we'll do a blind taste test.
Friday. Let's do
Up
Friday.
next, Lock Shop, 2 Guys and a Goalie, EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Mill, and that's all to come here on Edmonton Sports Talk. This was the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. On behalf of Tommy, Jasmine, I am Matt. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. As I said, coming up here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. It is the Lock Shop in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,